Hello and welcome back to Xpwaste, where the Church of Bear meets every Saturday. I'm Michael.
And I'm Oxie. If you're new around here, welcome. We're a podcast that talks almost exclusively about Old School Runescape. We love this game, and we play it a lot. Like, I just calculated my hours, and I'm at, like, over 6,500 on the main. Like, it's kind of gross. We do love this game, but we're also very easily distracted, so on rare occasion, we'll get off on a tangent. But if we don't get off on a tangent, we're going to be talking about RuneScape. If you're not new around here, hello, good day, good evening, good morning. Welcome back. We're here, and we sort of have a plan for an episode. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's a creative episode, and the last time we had a creative episode, I wanted to shit myself. So we'll see how this one goes. But Michael,
You wanted to do that?
my friend, how have you been?
I've been pretty decent. We're back to like a weekly recording schedule, so I don't have a ton to say other than I'm incredibly sore. My legs are sore, my back is sore, my arms are sore. We're trying to put in so there's this crazy phenomenon on the internet, stock tank pools. There's a whole Facebook group for them, and you basically just buy a big like water tank that is supposed to like feed animals. You're supposed to fill it up, and your cattle and your cows drink from it. But we bought one, a 10-foot one, and we're putting it in our backyard, and we're going to use it as a swimming pool. It's only like 2 feet deep, which is just fine because we have a little kid, and we don't want something too deep. But it's just going to be, it's just deep enough and just big enough that we can like all sit in there and cool off in the summer and swim around and splash, and it's going to be great. But it's taken a lot of manual labor to get our backyard ready because our back porch was basically just giant rocks that they arranged in a nice manner, the previous owners. And we didn't like it, so we're taking all of the rocks out. And I kid you not, some of these rocks are like 8 inches deep. 8 inches thick. And so anyway, that'll be for our male audience. They're really thick and they're really heavy. And I got to use a jackhammer that I borrowed from my neighbor, because like I have a neighbor across the street. He's like a handyman. He fixes things. He has tons of tools. And I go over there. I'm like, can I borrow a sledgehammer? And he pulls out this little like mallet hammer. I'm like, yeah, we're going to try and break some rocks. He's like, break some rocks? Hold on, I got something better. And he goes into his garage, pulls out a box, and it's like a little handheld jackhammer that just plugs into the wall. I'm like, oh, that works. So that was cool. I've never used a jackhammer in my life, and now I can say I have. It was incredibly loud, and yeah, I broke up some massively thick rocks so we could just like move them out of the way. That was my Saturday, and then yesterday was Saturday. Yep. That was my Friday. Sorry, that was my Friday night, and then Saturday we did a bunch of different things around the yard, trying to like dig. Under the rocks is a bunch of sand, so we're trying to dig the sand out. Turns out the place that we want to put the pool is right by a gas line that goes into our house. So now everything is on hold until we get like the city to come out and show us where we can actually dig, because we want to put the thing like a good amount into the ground. We want to dig and like submerge it into the ground so it's not just sitting on top. So everything's on hold, and it kind of sucks. But the great thing is we're doing this in April, and it's not going to start getting like swimming weather until like mid-May, maybe June. So we have some time before it gets really hot outside. But I'm just sore. I'm really tired. And wait, no, we were doing all that yesterday. I don't think we did much Friday.
Because you streamed on Friday.
Oh, I did stream on Friday.
My man's not got his shit together at all. Good Lord.
Yeah, I don't know what day it is. I only know it's Sunday because we're recording. But no, that was all day yesterday, because I was really kind of upset that not upset, but I was bummed that I didn't get to like chill out while My son was napping like I normally do to just like play
Mhm.
games and not be outside. But I think it's going to be worth it. Like looking back and understanding what we're trying to get done, it's like
Of course it
it'll
will
be
be. Yeah.
definitely be worth it. But all I could think about yesterday was I want to be inside killing demonic gorillas because I want to get a Zenite. And that's my goal right now on the group Iron Man is to have a Ring of Suffering so I can kill Zulrah and finally unlock the trifecta on my account. I have the whip, I have a trident now. That's been the new thing. I got 87 Slayer and I got a trident from the little baby Krakens at 116 KC. And then I went to the big Kraken and I got another trident at like 59 KC. We have 2 tridents on the group Ironman. And to round out the old trifecta, just need a Zenite. Oh my gosh. Eligio.
You don't need a Zenite. You need a blowpipe. You don't need a Zenite.
Well, a Zenite would make it easy. Because having to deal with like Ring of Suffering charge or having to deal with like the recoil charges is kind of annoying, and the added defense from the ring would make it nice. But Eligio just posted in the recording booth chat his log for demonic gorillas, and it's everything almost twice, 0 Zenites, and 933 kills. That is extremely unlucky. Holy smokes. They're like 1 in 300, dude. That's so bad.
Oh, I'm sure he knows.
That's so bad. I feel so sorry for you. I'm at like 150 KC, I think, demonic. So I'm not like, I mean, I basically just started, but definitely is a, it's a grind. I've used quite a few prayer potions, even though they will sometimes drop them for you. I've still used probably 50 or 60 prayer potions in the last like 72 hours. So I'm going to need to either find a way. Maybe I'll go to Bear. I mentioned the Church of Bear. Maybe I'll go hit up the Callisto Mass.
Aren't those only blighted restores?
No. It'll drop Renar seeds. So maybe I'll just stock up some Renar seeds and get to farming, because that's my other goal right now is farming. I have 94k until 79 farming, and then once I hit 79, I can boost and put a spirit tree in my house. So there's a lot of other things I could talk about, but
we'll talk about it. You tried to kill Zulrah this weekend. How did that go?
I did.
So for context, Michael sends messages in our GIM chat while I'm at work. So I was in the office on Friday. He's like, all right, I'm trying to kill Zulrah. And I'm like, cool, have fun. I can't do shit because I got 4 sessions in person at work in the office, which is a crime, by the way. Anyways, TMD is helping Michael. They get into VC for a little while and they do their thing. Michael, without context, messages back one of the funniest things I've ever seen Michael DM us with. It's just absolutely zero context. I gotta see if I can find it, but I don't know where it is.
It's not too far up.
I don't remember.
It's not too far. I said, conclusion, I'm a shitter who struggles at DPS.
And I said, how many KC did he get? And Michael said, I didn't attempt it yet. So I don't know what the hell happened with Zulrah on Friday.
So TMD goes into Discord and I watch him do 3 kills right in front of me with worse stats and worse gear. And he gets 3 kills.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just the fact that I'm just bad. I was privileged in my upbringing to not have to do Zulrah with switches.
He finally admits it.
I admit it. Like, I didn't start killing Zulrah really and truly until I could either borrow a T-bow or I had a Bofa for myself.
Or someone else.
And Bofa only Zulrah is very chill.
And
yeah, somebody
tried
on my
to do
account,
at Laddle only Zulrah. I went, what the
yeah, that's not a good strategy either. So that's why I'm pushing so hard with demonic gorillas, is so I can have a Ring of Suffering and I can take one piece of the puzzle and just make it a bit easier. And like having a Ring of Suffering is not a bad thing. It's definitely an upgrade. Whereas most of the time I'm only bringing a Berserker ring. Like that's my best ring that I have. So I don't have any other rings. So having a Ring of Suffering would be a good all-around second ring to have, especially because I can just imbue it with an imbuing scroll, and if somebody else needs to use it, it's easily swappable. But yes, I tried to kill Zulrah, and I got it down to 66 HP after using 6 brews.
Brews at Zulrah. Brews at Zulrah.
Brews at Zulrah.
For reference, I used 8 brews against Zuck. 6 brews at Zulrah. Sir.
I know.
Remember how last week you got all uppity and said, I feel validated because Oxie thought the sepulcher was going to be easy. I feel validated because I told you years ago. I said, baby girl, you ain't ever done Zulrah on a bitch Iron Man account. You said, it'll be fine. That's why I said, if you get your own blowpipe, I'll get 99. If you get your own blowpipe by yourself, you get 99, or I'll get 99. But if I get 99 fire making first, you got to get your own blowpipe. And you went, oh, shine, seal, deliver, baby. That's an easy deal. I'm coming on top with that one.
Well, you just wait, because
are we waiting for the live stream when you kill Zulrah live?
No, I'm not doing live stream in Zulrah.
Yes. Oh, come on. It's not that.
I'm
bad.
not waiting to get my first kill while I'm on stream. I have a hard enough time doing content. Like, actually,
it's what
real
the
content
people
on stream.
Want, baby. It's what the people want.
You mentioned streaming, and it's really funny because on Friday night I was killing demonic gorillas, and I was getting like 1 or 2 kills, maybe 4 kills at most per trip, and then I killed demonic gorillas after the stream. And it was so much different because I wasn't having to pay attention to chat and like hold conversation. I could just literally focus on what I was doing. And I'm like, yeah, I thought I was bad at demonic gorillas, but I'm just a bad streamer.
I watched Michael interact with chat and in the process use 15 Karambwans to kill 1 demonic gorilla. I just didn't say anything. I just watched him hit it with the Arclight while it had melee prayer on. He wasn't swapping his overhead. Michael's just getting his ass kicked because he's like laughing at the shit people are sending in chat.
It was bad. So now I can. it's demonic gorillas are not hard, and I will, after I finish my Kraken task, I think I'm gonna unblock black demons and actually kill them on task, just because that little extra DPS will be so much easier. But okay, so I mentioned there's other things I want to do before bingo. 83 or 84 construction is still on the table. I want to do that before bingo, and I'm at 80 right now, and I have all the planks banked. It's fine. I just have to do it. It's gonna be like another probably 3 or 4 more hours. Maybe I'll do that while we're recording. And then I want to be done with Dragon Slayer 2 and have my assembler. Those are my 2 big goals before bingo, because my biggest goal was to get a Trident, and that's done. And now I want to just like have at least one of the best in slot capes. I already have one of the other ones. If you call the fire cape the best in slot, then I have 2 of them. But is the quiver technically?
Does it say, do you want the elitist answer? You have 0 best in slot caves, even with an assembler now.
What about the the Mage Arena 2 cape?
All right, yeah, okay. Yeah, I lie. I take it back. You got 1. Do you have a Mage Arena 2 cape yet?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, I have,
so you got 1.
I have the Zamrock one. I went Saradomin on my first account, and I kind of regret it because Zamrock looks sick. Black and red. I like it. But that's me. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go switch to what do you call that? Mahogany Homes now. Oxie, besides Stardew Valley, how's the Sepulcher going?
Sepulcher's not going too bad. I've gotten some new PBs, which I'm pretty happy with. I have at the time of recording, D4 Drake's 4-4 PB beat by a single tick, which is fun for the competitive bit. But it's not been going too bad. I'm up to 50 completions of floor 5. And floor 5 is starting to flow a little bit better, but I'm at the point, I'm at the midpoint of floor 5, I feel like, where it doesn't feel as smooth as it could be because I'm a little too eager and I'm making too many mistakes, but I'm also not getting bodied by the obstacles most of the time. I found if I f up a lot and I get frustrated, I tend to do a lot worse on floor 5. But if I'm like smooth all the way until the end, usually I'm pretty fine. I've had a couple runs where I've hit that last obstacle straight through without having to reset or do whatever. So it's not been too bad. I mean, yeah, I've been doing a little bit of arty here and there too. I haven't had enough time, I feel like, this week, because my IRL week has been busier than shit.
Yeah.
Work has been off the chain. We are closing in on the semester's end, like I said last week, and my students are in shambles. And we're also moving offices because they're redoing the entire building that we're based out of over the summer. So we're doing a whole move, and we're hiring a new employee in the process. So like, it's this big, like, wild and crazy nonsense prepping for summer. And of course, finals week is next week. So when the week this episode comes out, this is the last week of classes, and next week is finals week. So the whole campus is just like SpongeBob yelling, "We threw out his name," the whole time. Like, that's honestly what it feels like. And it's just been like 4 or 5 sessions a day, like all week long. Like, God damn. I do love what I do, but sometimes, Christ on sale, I'd kill a man for a no-show. I got 2 no-shows on Thursday, and I was like, oh, this is great. This is the greatest day ever. I feel so happy. And then in my moment of bliss, I got a message that said, "Hey, you have a crisis appointment. I moved your lunch." So it was even then, like, damn it.
Can't let you rest.
Yeah. So this week has been a lot. But like, otherwise, I've been going to the gym, going to fencing. I want to say it was this past Tuesday. I went to my ortho doctor. This is a pretty big development. I went to my ortho doctor, and for the first time since August 19th, I got cleared to fence again. He said, "Go ahead, get back out there." I mean, I have been fencing, so it's not like but I've been taking it kind of easy. But he said, you can compete again, you can do whatever. The way the fencing season works, it goes from about August to June. July is usually nationals territory, and then the Olympics. And then local tournaments start back up at the end of August. And then, honestly, most of May and June is just like regional, divisional, junior Olympic kind of stuff. So my tournament season, I think it ends the first week of June in the last tournament that I could compete in, because I'm not going to the Michigan divisional meet, and I'm only going to the home meets for my club pretty much. And I don't even know if I'm going to compete in those. I might just spend the summer like training and weightlifting and preparing myself to go back to this same event that I hurt myself in. It's called the Duelist in Michigan. So I am excited to get back out at the Duelist and do some saber fencing, and hopefully not rupture my fucking Achilles tendon in the warm up. That it was rough. But we're good. We're back. I actually hit the gym before coming here because I was like, I don't want to do another episode where I'm stinky and have a gross, greasy afro. And I'm like, but I have to go to the gym and I don't want to shower twice. And I'm like, what if I just got out of bed and went to the gym now?
Look at you.
So that's why I showered right before the episode. I get out of the shower and Michael's like, "What possessed you to shower at like 12:50 before we started recording?" I'm like, "Oh, I just walked in the door. I left my house at like 11 o'clock. I got home 12:45, unloaded groceries after going to the gym, and yeah, we're here." But I have been so goddamn tired this weekend, or this week, that I thought to myself all week leading up to this weekend, I'm going to lock in. I'm going to do like 2 million agility XP this week because floor 5 doesn't feel that bad, and we are going to bust out some experience. And then as the week went on, my will to do more work degraded slowly but surely. On Friday night, I ordered myself a pizza from a place right next door to my apartment. was drinking some Trulies, was running some agility, got about 120k at Sepulcher, so about 12 total completions roughly. And while I was running Sepulcher, I was watching Stardew Valley videos for 1.6, and I said, I cannot fucking do this anymore. So
Oh, no.
I turned on Stardew at about 10 o'clock and played till about 3 o'clock in the morning and was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, finally, I'm playing a video game where I don't feel miserable. This is great. And then, yesterday, I woke up at 12:30, way later than I like to, fed my cats, did my taxes, from 1 o'clock until about 8:15. Nothing but the valley, baby. We made
my
it.
gosh.
We made it. We're in like, I want to say I'm on like fall 6 or fall 7 of year 1. So I'm like 30 hours into my new farm already. Community center's going well. For those of you who play Stardew Valley, I got a rabbit's foot and a red cabbage at the traveling trader on the same fucking day. So we're going to complete community center in year 1, guaranteed, because we got the rabbit's foot and the red cabbage. The only thing that is genuinely holding me back is I am running out of time to get the upgraded barn, get a pig, and get a truffle. That is the only thing I'm we gotta bust it. We gotta get the supplies, we gotta get the money, we can get the deluxe barn, buy a pig, takes 10 days to mature, then we get a truffle. If we can pull that shit off, we're good. We ain't got nothing to worry about. All my fall crops are good. All my everything else is good. You know, if I don't unlock the desert till the winter, that kind of sucks, but like it's much bigger of a priority to get the season locked stuff than it is to get everything else. Like I said, this is a RuneScape podcast though. So I did a couple chambies last night. First time I've done chambers in quite a while. And we actually got an ancestral robe bottom or robe top or whatever it was, which were like 180 mil. I got like a 42 mil split from that shit last night. Like I don't even. It was insane.
There's 5 of you.
It was a 4. Was it? It was a 4-person. Yeah.
Wow. Was TMD in that raid?
No, that wasn't the raid.
I saw he was.
That wasn't the raid
damn.
we brought TMD on. It wasn't. He showed up after that. Yeah. For all of you who were on my bingo team last season, it was another Submedient's Gambit where Submedient came with us for a chambers and said, all right, guys, this sucks. I'm leaving. And then as soon as he left, we got an ancestral piece. So, yeah, Soggy's typing. He knows. Soggy knows all about the Submedient's Gambit. But yeah, I played a little bit of RuneScape. I have not gotten nearly as much agility XP as I wanted to. I've kind of dropped the ball this weekend rather. I have been doing some other passive skilling stuff though. I got a couple 100k, like 100k fishing XP. I'm like 75k away from 93 wood cutting. So I'm doing a little bit of skilling, but agility is proving to be very difficult with how active it has to be. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's like the worst kind of active. Where like I have to click a lot and I have to be specific with where I'm clicking. Like thieving, I have to click a lot. But I'm going to get to one of those World 95 or 95 thieving CCs, and I'll just like tap, 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 tap. Like, I can do that shit on my phone, you know?
Right. Are you going to save thieving for last?
I might also burn through a couple of levels just to knock out that like XP per day needed, because it's at about 450k right now, which I was talking about this last night. I'm not really worried about that metric.
Yeah.
Like 450k total experience a day to hit 2277 by RuneFest. By the time this episode comes out and by the time next week rolls around, it'll probably be closer to 500k. I'm really not that worried about it because it feels super slow because I'm doing agility. But then like I have agility, rune crafting, and kind of fishing, I guess you could say left are my slow ones. I have smithing, herblore, thieving, fletching, hunter, and construction, and woodcutting as my other 99s. Those skills are going to fly by.
Right.
Like the EHP per day for those skills is like 400k a day to hit an efficient hour played. Construction's like 1.5 mil for EHP. So like, if we can really sit down and smash out some of these skills, I'm going to fight back against that 450k a day needed to max. No problem. It just
Yeah.
feels like a slog right now because we're clicking 17,000 times a minute and we're getting 40K an hour at Ardoyan or whatever it is. Like, it's just, agility is crusty. Agility
It
is
really is.
crusty. I won't bitch about the same things I've been bitching about, but that's what I've been doing in RuneScape. And I'm almost 100% certain I might get back in the valley tonight. Other than just do more agility. I'm a level with you. I might be in the valley this evening. So what are we talking about today? Other than agility in the valley.
Agility in the valley. I'm about to unlock the full carpenter set. That's what
Hell
I'm
yeah.
talking about.
I'm saving that for post-max so I can do something
saving
with the
that?
clog.
Oh, okay. Nice. Full carpenters unlocked. Now I'll get like 2.5% more XP. It'll be great. Today on the Xpwaste podcast, we are going to be discussing what was kind of teased last week and what was teased last week, but we were saying that it might not be for another few weeks, but today is the day. We're going to talk about the all of the SKILLCAPE perks and why they suck and how we can make them better. So I don't know if you want to go like columns in game or if you want to go alphabetical like they have it on the wiki.
I feel like we should get something to like write these down on so that people can reference it later. Maybe we can make like a graphic in post or something about like what our changes like our ideal changes would be for 99, you know?
Okay. Did you want to go top down or I'm keen to go column by column, left to right in the skills menu. I think that would be easier. That's how I was arranging it in my head. So starting with attack. Currently, you need 99 attack. We'll just get this out of the way. To get a SKILLCAPE, you need 99 in the skill, and that applies for every skill. So to get 99 attack, or to get the attack SKILLCAPE, you need 99 attack. And when you get that, when worn, no warrior guild tokens are needed to access the Cyclops within the Warriors Guild. Imagine getting all the way to 99 and never doing the activity that you did when you were 65 attack, even after 99. I want to know, and this is probably going to be like a major theme, but I want to know which JMod looked at this and said, yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great SKILLCAPE perk. No more warrior guild tokens are needed.
If I were a betting
when
man,
it's worn.
If I were a betting man for all of these skills, right? They thought to themselves, well, we have to give them something, but we can't make them too overpowered because this is old school RuneScape. And if anything isn't old school, people are going to get pissed off about it. Because while the capes were added in 2006, I want to say it was May of 2017 where they added the fucking SKILLCAPE perks. SKILLCAPE, they improved the SKILLCAPE perks in 2017, actually. So I wonder what they were prior to that. Let's see if I can go to one of these other capes that doesn't have a perk. Like, what if we go to the crafting cape, for example? Was that always the same teleport? Oh no, they've done this multiple times. 3rd December 2015. SKILLCAPE perks. Oh no, these were added in 2015.
To old school.
Yes, these were added to old school in 2015. So that was during a time when I'm sure people were like, well, I mean, we can't make it too crazy now. So I'm pretty sure that they just looked at this and thought, no, we're not going to do that.
So SKILLCAPEs were not a thing for the first 2 years of old school is what you're saying?
The capes were, the perks were not.
Perks were not. Gotcha. Okay. Wow. Okay. I guess the max cape didn't really have much use unless the max cape wasn't added until later then either.
Let us see. The maximum SKILLCAPE was added in October 15th of 2015. So the max cape was added just before SKILLCAPE perks were added.
Cool. Very cool. So the attack cape. When worn, you don't need tokens to access the Cyclops areas of the Warriors Guild. There have been, I think I can count on one hand the amount of times that I used this perk on my main and then never thought about it again. For an attack cape, I think an amazing perk would be that it gives you a max hit, or it gives you two. Well, that might be a strength cape perk. Maybe an attack perk is that it gives you either an accuracy boost, or it will make it to where you don't hit zeros. Like anytime you would have hit 0, essentially it would just give you a 1. So you're always super accurate, or just like a straight accuracy boost, a buff rather, or you just don't hit zeros while you're wearing it. The hard part about all of this is like considering that the max cape would then have these perks as well. And just like, I think inevitably without really trying, we're just going to make the max cape the most OP thing in the whole world by buffing all of these at once.
I mean, I think the max cape, first of all, the max cape should be a little OP. Right?
Yeah.
Like, surely the max cape can be a little bit overpowered, right?
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, if you maxed, you wouldn't, with some of these perks, it might disincentivize somebody to wear like an infernal cape if you always have like a couple of max hits if you're wearing the strength cape, and then you always, or your increased accuracy with the attack cape. It in combination, some of these capes might end up being better than the best in slot capes, is what I'm saying. But like alone, if you just had 99 attack, it's not going to be better than an infernal cape. So that's why we're going to be going through this list without considering how OP these are in combination. So just keep that in mind. Like, wow, that's so silly. Like, it's going to be so OP in the max cape. Well, duh. I think that's what I'm trying to get at, is like, it's really going to be hard to avoid even just talking about the very first cape, how OP this is going to be.
I think there are ways to do it with making the max cape OP in a way that it is OP but also fits into the combat meta, because that's what we care about, right? Nobody gives a shit about how OP the woodcutting cape is because nobody uses that in combat. I think if we keep the range, strength, magic damage, and melee strength below the 3 best in slot capes, and we still have those as max cape overrides, I think we're okay. I genuinely think that we're okay, because, you know, I don't want to skip ahead, but like if we have ideas for Herblore, like, yeah, Herblore could benefit combat, but at the same time, when you're at like the highest of the high level, that's not going to matter so much to you.
Right.
And I think that's part of the issue with all of these capes, is that no matter what, their use case is almost non-existent by the time you get there. By the time you put 200 or 300 hours into mining, you don't want to mine more ore the way this game works. So attack, I kind of like that. A base, like a minimum hit for the attack cape, offers a minimum hit of 1 or an inability to hit 0.
Mm-hmm. Like, you can still miss, I guess, but if you were going to roll and your attack were to hit, you can't roll a 0, because that's a thing in this game. If you miss, you hit a 0. But there are instances where if you still hit, you still roll a 0. Like, the minimum attack number is not 1, from my knowledge. I may be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is how the damage mechanics work in the game.
So if we make it so that you can't roll a 0 on attack rolls, that means you'll always hit, but you still would, in theory, have a successful... Chaos Clerics has you successfully hit a 0. So inability to roll a 0 on attack rolls, this means you're always 100% accurate, meaning you never should hit a 0, because your likelihood of hitting not that is higher. You always have your guaranteed hit every time. But you still could roll a 0.
Having built-in advantage would be cool too. But I think that, like, with how the Fang has like played out, I think that double accuracy is a little OP.
Change. That would, if we did like the roll with advantage perk that the Fang had. Oh, that would ruffle some feathers.
It definitely would.
I think like you're guaranteed to hit with the attack cape.
Sweet.
Because I mean, I think you know, at the end of the day, I think strength bonus is still going to come out on top, right?
Mhm.
Surely strength bonus still comes out on top.
That's what I'm interested to see. Do you know if the strength cape has a strength bonus?
I don't think it does.
So moving on to the strength cape, let's just give it a flat like +8 strength bonus.
Nope.
+4? So it's a max hit? Is 2 max hits OP?
+8 strength bonus is the infernal cape, Michael.
Then a +6.
Let's make it like a +2 or 3.
But you can get a fire cape at like 70 combat. You know how it's like 99 strength. We're trying to make these worth it, not still shitty. Because currently, I guess
The
what is
current
the strength cape perk?
current perk of the strength cape is that you can teleport to the Warriors Guild. With no other, there's no strength bonus. There's nothing that there are no combat stats. It has, I lied, it has +9 defensive bonuses for all styles, as well as a +4 prayer bonus for the trimmed cape.
If it's trimmed, yeah.
So
Okay, a +3, so that it's not a max hit, but when combined with other gear, it could be. What else could be cool for strength though? Besides a strength bonus,
I don't think
maybe. I'm just trying to think. Like, if you're strong, you can hold heavy things. So maybe certain weapons that are heavy are not heavy. Like, it reduces the weight of some weapons. Like, the barrel chest anchor is one of the heavier weapons. Maybe it reduces the weight of a weapon when you hold it, or it could increase the speed of a weapon by 1 tick. I don't know.
Michael said, we are gonna fucking make this the most insanely powerful cape in the world. The max cape is gonna be off the chain.
Do you remember my first disclaimer? I'm trying to go wild and crazy with these perks because right now they're severely underwhelming. And 99 strength, that's a lot of strength. Like, granted, like, people get it passively, and I think that's why it isn't seen as a very prestigious cape, because it really is just a passive. But it still is, at the end of the day, it's a 99. Like, you did 13 million XP to get it. So I don't know. I don't think, okay, maybe not increasing the attack speed, but I think making things lighter, like making weapons that are really heavy, making them lighter would be cool. But like, what's the benefit of that? I guess there's not. Like, it helps with run energy. I wish that like the weight of items was taken into account when it comes to attack speed, because you have weapons that are theoretically pretty heavy.
Kind
like
of is.
Is it? The crystal Halley is a 4.2 tick weapon or something.
It's like Crystal Halley's an 8 tick weapon, I'm pretty sure.
Is it 8 ticks? It's 4.2 seconds. So yeah. So it's an 8 tick weapon. It's a literal, like,
it's 7.
pole.
If it's 4.2, it's 7 ticks.
It's 7. Okay, so it's a pole made of crystal, which I imagine is not very heavy, but it's incredibly slow. And then you have something like the bludgeon.
Have you ever tried to swing a pole arm, Michael?
I'm saying it's a crystal.
No.
Have you ever
tried to swing a 12-foot pole arm before?
Yes, I have. It's difficult. But
in theory, one could postulate that if you got to hit him
is it
with
12
one of
feet?
These, right? It's a big ass stick.
Not that big, and compared to other spears. Like, how about what's the attack speed of a Zami Hasta?
Okay, Hasta stab. Chally, you're trying to sweep across your opponent. That's a lot to do. Let's see.
You're missing my point, right?
Bro, the Chalberd is a whole tile taller than your character. That's like a 10-foot weapon right there. That's a big ass thing. That's a big ass weapon.
Pretty tall. But I think you're missing my point. I'm trying to say that there are certain weapons that are very big, that are very fast, and there's some that I feel like shouldn't be that slow, but are. AKA the Crystal Halberd.
I think it's just the Crystal Halberd for your argument, because Whip is half a pound. Fang is 2 pounds, and it's 5 tick. Scythe is 3 pounds, or 3 kg, or whatever it is, and it's 5 tick. BGS is 10 pounds and 6 tick. So it does mostly scale just fine.
Kind of. Yeah.
And I think I'm going to give the...
Not...
I trying to keep you grounded a little bit, man.
Keep me grounded.
Trying to keep it so that you don't get their best in slot because they're expensive kind of argument out there. We're trying to. I'm shielding you, Michael.
Thanks.
Chalberd's a big ass weapon. Takes a lot to swing and then get back to his swinging position. Well, let's call it. That's why it's 7 ticks or whatever it is. So I think a +3 strength bonus is perfectly fine for the strength cape. Because when in conjunction with all the other capes, it does give you a little something. If you don't want to wear a fire cape, or because if you think about it, the max cape with a +3 strength bonus and all the other perks it's going to have, surely going to be better than a fire max cape, right? DPS wise,
probably
guaranteed to not roll a 0, +3 strength bonus. Well, I think if we move on to defense, you want to hear a fucking wacky perk?
Yes.
5% total damage reduction.
Yes. Damage reduction on the defense cape. Please. Do we have any capes that do that?
Nope. We just have the Elijah straight damage.
Okay. Perfect. Just
a 5%.
suggestion.
No other stats. So there's no defensive stats to the cape, right? So it doesn't.
You don't want to add you don't want to give it the +9 like it has right now? Just
okay, fine. It keeps the +9, but
should we do a +18? So double the defense stats of the defense cape?
Nope.
No? Okay.
I think instead of making it act like a ring of life,
Which is the dumbest perk, by
frankly,
the way.
we could.
I don't think anybody uses that.
In truth, it's not wildly out of pocket that we could do that as a perk, but at the same time, damage reduction, you're just taking less hits, I don't want to say 5% is really negligible though. If we bumped it to 10, we bump it to 10%. How does that?
So if it was a 60, you would now take a 6. You would take a 54.
I know how the math works. I'm saying the Justiciar. Look at that, guys. Michael did math. It's great. D4 Drake says the Justiciar armor has a damage reduction. So if we keep the defense cape at 5%, the defense cape with Justiciar armor and an Elysian becomes a busted combo. And I kind of like that.
Let's do it. 5%. Right now, the current, like Oxie said, the current perk is that when it's worn, it acts as a ring of life and it can be toggled on or off. Like I said, that's the silliest perk because there has been times, and it's only silly because it's been annoying. There's been times where I'm wearing my max cape and I forget that I have that turned on and I'm in combat and I just get teleported away middle of a fight. So it happened a couple times, and then after a couple of times I turned it off because I definitely never want to use that. Now there are some times where, say you're on a hardcore Iron Man and you get to 99 defense and that now becomes the way to save your life, but one account type that really likes it,
by the time you're hardcore with 99 defense, you're actually playing the game.
Right.
You're not.
And
you're
probably
going
not
into
even
things
worried.
knowing full well that you're risking shit. D4 Drake says the cape perks are geared for early mid game players. They 100% are, but the time requirement is end game players. Like I said in the intro, I have 6,500 hours. I don't have half of these cape. So no, these definitely need a little bit more of an egregious end game buff.
Ooh, one other fun thing we can do. The wiki actually shows how many people have these capes. So for the attack cape, 348,000 people have it. For the strength cape, 534,000 people have it, which I think the strength cape is the number one skill cape. And then defense, there are 300,000 people who have it. These are rounded down or rounded up. So around 300,000 people have a 99 defense. And I actually said they're all bots.
No, the question was, who is an early game player with a 99? It's bots.
Oh, bots. Okay.
Gotcha. Very rarely are you going to get to the point where you have a 99 or you have a max cape and you don't know what's happening, Yeah. Chaos Cleric does have a counterpoint. The end game moves so much from that mid game back in the 2014 end game that it kind of makes
Oh.
sense because in 2015, Chambers didn't exist, Hob didn't exist, TOA didn't exist, Inferno didn't exist. The hardest content in the game was still probably God War's Dungeon. Maybe the new Snake they released, but that honestly may have been in 2016, early 2016. So like, even if Zulrah is best in slot or Zulrah is the hardest piece of content in the game, I still don't know if these perks do it. And you know
So
what?
far, no.
So far, no. There are a couple of perks that I think we know that are like, yeah, no, these are good perks. Like Construction Cape, that one's probably going to stay the same. Construction Cape, they did pretty well. Crafting Cape, they did pretty well. Farming Cape, sure.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, but we are getting ahead of ourselves. But yeah, I definitely think like, you know, to say the magic combination of words, combat has evolved, and it is time the skill capes do the same. Dun, dun, dun.
Speaking of capes that are actually decent, the ranging cape is up next, and when worn, it acts as an Ava's accumulator, upgraded to the assembler if you use a Vorkath head, consuming the head. So
that's money right there.
A decent cape.
That's money. I think we keep the range cape as it is. That's money. Because
so
if you
with
think
its stats, it has this, like, I think every single skill cape has the same amount of stats. I would want to give this a range strength bonus, because you've already got it acting as the accumulator. What's the range? What's the
range strength on the assembler?
Sorry, the assembler.
The assembler is a plus two range strength.
So give it a +1. It's not as good as the best in slot.
But
you still have to use the Vorkath head.
Slot anymore.
It's not best in slot anymore? What's the quiver?
Quiver's plus 4, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is it really?
Quiver is like objectively best now. Let's see.
Okay.
Denzana's quiver has a +3. Denzana's quiver is +3.
Does the quiver save ammunition? Does it pick it up?
Yeah.
I haven't looked it up. Oh, okay. I guess. Oh, because you talk to Ava when you have the quiver.
Dumber than shit if the quiver didn't pick up ammunition. Quiver adds to your ammo. Yeah, quiver has a smaller strength bonus increase than like Fire Cape to Infernal Cape, but you can have 2 different kinds of ammo. So you can keep, basically you free up an inventory spot when you have a quiver. Because you can take like T-bow and ZCB and put dragon arrows and ruby bolts in the quiver.
Then I think that having a +2, just like the assembler, in 2024 is not out of the question, since the quiver exists. Make the 99 range cape only after you use a Vorkath head on it. Once you use a Vorkath head, it's a +1 before, and then once you use a Vorkath head, it's a +2. I think that would put it in line with, like, it already has a decent perk, just push it over the edge a little bit. Because it's not game breaking. You already have to do Dragon Slayer 2 to get the head. Why not just allow you to wear the cool cape and not have to wear the blue backpack? Because that would allow you to also wear the Missouri max cape, which I guess you can. Wait, you already have this Missouri, huh? So would you? Okay, sorry, I'm getting down a tangent in my brain. If you have the Missouri cape, the Missouri max cape, would you then not wear that in favor for the actual max cape? So you wouldn't have your cool yellow cape anymore?
No strength bonus. Range cape is perfect as it is.
No notes?
No notes. Range cape is good.
Does it save ammo? It already saves ammo. Okay. I guess.
It's an assembler. And the best part about the range cape is, if you guys have one and don't know this, I tested it out when I got 99 range. I got 99 range. I stuck a Vorkath head on my cape. And I think I was in VC with a couple of folks. I said, Jesse, come kill me in the wilderness, because I want to test something. I wanted to test because when you lose your backpack, right? In the wilderness. But if you take a range cape that has a Vorkath head on it, that effect stays forever.
Mm-hmm.
So you need one Vorkath head. Oh, shit. Gen Junkie just got a mutagen.
Ooh.
That guy's got like 30 KC, doesn't he? That is awesome. He does not have that many KC. If I'm looking at that correctly, Gin Junkie might be at 30 KC, because that's insane. He just cracked off 18 KC at Zulrah.
Oh,
He's
damn.
got the mutagen. I don't think that's entirely accurate, maybe. But dude, if that's 18, that is insane. He literally said he's only just learning the boss. That is wild. And he's a main account too, so he'll have that on a SERP, which is sick.
Ooh. Okay, I still want to make an argument. I think a +1 brain strength would make this at least a decent reward. I think
it's a good reward as it is. I think,
but we're not going for good. We're going for busted, and we're going for great.
But you have to remember, though, all of these are getting combined with the max cape. This is an infinite Avas assembler effect. You never lose the effect. You don't have the strength bonus, but you have the infinite ammo pickup. Right? You'll never see ammo on the ground with the range cape. Even if you die in the wilderness, you can buy a brand new range cape and it will have the Vorkath effect. I think it's good where it is because, again, it's hard to not factor in the max cape when in conjunction with all these other things, this is a tribrid cape right here. Like, this cape goes insanely hard as a tribrid, but we want to make sure that this tribrid cape doesn't outweigh the other best in slot capes for this specific piece of content.
Oh, I mean, yeah, the +2 would be too much. That's why I'm saying a +1, so that it's just a little bit worse. Or maybe it would be in line with the accumulator. Does the accumulator give you a strength bonus?
Pretty sure it does not.
Okay, so no strength bonus. No notes. Next cape is the prayer cape.
Prage.
At 99 prayer, when worn or in the inventory, it acts as a holy wrench. And the effects don't stack with a holy wrench or an imbued ring of the gods. So you can't just like have a double holy wrench effect, one or the other.
You want to hear a fucking stupid suggestion?
Yeah.
The 99 prayer cape reduces the amount of prayer drained by 20% that prayers have overall.
Wow.
So with 99 prayer, if I chuck on piety and protect from magic, I can do that for 2 minutes without it running out. Make that go down to like 2.5 minutes. Make it go so that when you're wearing a prayer cape, the prayers will last for 20% longer. They have a 20% slower drain rates.
A little bit. Oh, okay, yeah. Tiki in the recording booth says, seems like a lot with the max cape combos.
This max cape's going to be a lot. There's no way this max cape's going to be... This max cape is going to be... It's going to be the best hybrid cape in the game. Like, there's not going to be a... Like, the Infernal Cape, the Quiver, and probably the God Cape, the max variants of those three are still going to be better for their respective combat styles. But if you're looking to chill and hybrid or tribrid, 100% max cape's going to be best in slot with these.
This is why I prefaced that before we even started. I was saying, guys, we know this is going to be crazy OP. It's hard not to factor that in. So
Tiki says, if +2 range strength is too much, 20% drain isn't wild. Here's the thing about that. +2 range strength puts it in line with another max cape variant that people just don't use anymore. You're just never going to use your fancy Missouri backpack. You're never going to use your assembler max cape ever again. Now, people can argue, well, you're never going to use your assembler again anyway because you're going to get a Denzana's Quiver. Which, yeah, I suppose that's fair, but just as we have a Fire Max Cape for people without an Infernal Cape, we have an Assembler Max Cape for people without a Quiver Max Cape. You know, I think the +2, I think the Range Cape is good as it is. That's why I don't think it needs a Strength bonus. I think the Cape itself, it offers a really good perk, right? The only thing we're actually adding a Strength bonus to is the Strength Cape, because why in the world does it not have a Strength bonus? We have a +3 strength bonus for the strength cape, you know, and it's not even like it's worse than a fire cape. So I think to keep it in line with the max, the skill cape perk is going to be worse than the second best thing. Not adding a strength bonus keeps it in line with that. Does that make sense? The defense cape and the prayer cape are kind of fucked. I'm not gonna lie, but I think that's fine. You know, this
We
is
gotta have some good perks.
especially if
With
we get tier 90 prayers with these like rites of whoever that they're releasing with While Guthic Sleeps. Like slow prayer drain could be pretty sick.
I think on top of the 20% drain reduction, it should act like you should be able to combine it with a bone crusher for the bone burying, automatic bone burying. Like I shouldn't have to wear a bone crusher necklace. I should just be able to like hang my bone crusher on it, and then while we're at it, the ash sanctifier, make a slot to like put the ash sanctifier in there as well, so that it automatically buries ashes and it automatically buries bones. And it could be like reduced XP. I don't really care, because like once you're 99 prayer, it's just token XP at that point. But I don't think that's like wildly broken with how much the prayer cape costs and how much time investment you put into 99 prayer. I think that like we do have to, in a sense, balance time to completion, because when you look at how many people have the prayer cape, it's half of the people, 150,000 people. It's half of what they have on the average combat. So like there's a set number of people who have 99 attack, strength, and defense, and then half of those people
But
have
why is
99
that?
prayer.
Why is
Because
that?
it's expensive and
no,
it takes
why
time.
is that?
I just told you.
There's no point in training prayer. Once you hit 74, you've unlocked the best in slot damage boosting prayers in the game. Once you hit 77, you get a little bit of an extra something with augury. But there's no point in getting 99 prayer, because there's no real benefit to it other than your prayer lasts a little bit longer, right? And if that's not something that matters to you because you're a main account with infinite prayer pots, I think prayer needs some late game prayers. It needs some God rights. It needs some ruinous powers, something. Not the ruinous powers, I don't think were good for the game. But I think prayer needs something on the end, so the other 12 million experience you train is not totally pointless. I don't hate the idea of adding a bone crusher and an ash sanctifier. I mean, higher prayer is also more prayer restored per pot dose. Yeah, I know. Which also helps, but again, if I have 10,000 prayer potions, is an extra 2 points per potion really going to make a difference to me? Probably not, right?
Tiki proposed to let it have the same effects as in the catacombs everywhere. So if you bury a bone, you get a prayer point back everywhere as long as you're wearing it. And then Eligio also said that it will auto pick up the bones. That would be cool. Auto pick up, let it crush them if you have a bone crusher charges in there. And then if it crushes it, it gives you a prayer point back. That would make the prayer cape so useful that I think people would actually get 99 prayer. Because you're right, there really is no point. Like, yes, you get more prayer points, but I think you could realistically, to do all the content in the game, you could stop at like 85 to 90 prayer and save yourself half of the XP and still have a pretty rounded account. Like for the longest time, for several years, I didn't get 99 prayer. I was like 85 or 86. And then it wasn't until I basically had money to blow that I got 99.
I can get behind that. I can get behind the catacombs effect.
Yeah.
Over the prayer drain. Because it's not going to be useful in raids. I can get behind that.
You're saying that you are taking your perk away in favor of all these other ones?
Yeah, I can get behind that. That's a compromise I'm willing to make right there. Because
Okay.
the catacombs effect is... I thought the prayer drain with the bone crusher might be a bit much, but if we take the prayer drain away and just add flat prayer points, it's still more or less the same thing, just at a lesser rate. The one thing I would say that would be cool is if the bones could actually scale. Like if you got one prayer point for regular bones, 2 for big bones, 3 for dragon bones, 4 for hydra bones.
They do in the catacombs. Yeah.
Is that how that works in the catacombs?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the catacombs you get more points per bone. But nobody buries bones really in the catacombs. Like if you're killing dragons, you're probably gonna bank them. Hopefully, you're banking them,
leaving them bitches on the ground like the main account that I am.
Next up, we have magic. This is gonna be a tough one because the current, like I think the perk is in a decent spot right now. So the current perk is you can switch your spellbook 5 times per day. Now, there are speedrunners out there who would love to have an unlimited swap. Unlimited times you can swap your spellbook. I think that would be like a little too OP that you could just swap it whenever you want. But I think 5 is too little. I think it should be 10 or maybe even 20. But like who's swapping their cape more than 5 times per day on the average, like the average player, who is swapping it more than 5 times a day? Because God knows you do it. You do swap your cape. Like you do swap your book a lot if you're doing Slayer. But like you should never be using your cape to go back to the standard spellbook. And at which point, if you have an altar in your house, just swap your cape, like swap your book in your house. This is more so useful like if you don't have time to go back to your POH and you just want to be chill at the bank.
So the question here is unlimited prayer book switches a day. It doesn't matter. You've got World 330, you've got House Party Altar, you've got whatever. You can switch it unlimited times no matter what, even if you don't have your own altar, right? Do you allow it in combat?
That's the thing.
That's the question is, do you allow it in combat? Because then you can get Thralls, Barrage, Venge, and like Potshare all in the same domain. Now, You're probably thinking we have a spellbook swap spell on the Lunar Spellbook, which, yes, I'm aware, but it is a little, it's slower, right? It's not as, I don't think spellbook swap is super effective to use in the quick beats of combat, right? Whereas if you just, I'm sure they'd make a Runelight plugin where you could like right click Ancients and then bam, you're on the Ancient spellbook, kind of like the Arcane Grimoire from Leagues, right? Like, is it allowable to be used in combat? That's the question, because that's how I feel about the spellbook swapping in general. I mean, we could go a different route and talk like a rune preservation effect, but frankly, I think just making it, I don't know.
Then let's just make it unlimited. Unlimited, but not in combat.
The spell already has what you're talking about. I see that. But I'm saying, there's like a delay for it, right? Like there's like an animation delay. It's not, I don't think it's like an instantaneous thing where you can just like 2-tick do it. I don't use spellbook swap very often. Let me build my own custom spellbook. That would be fucked.
Oh.
That would be ridiculous.
Chaos Cleric said that in the recording booth. That would be kind of cool. Magic Cape equals free teleports. That would also be cool.
Be good for
like it just acts as law runes or something, like unlimited law runes. Not that law runes are hard to get. Like if you're 99 magic, and you're
thinking
still
about this in the scope of a main
runes.
account, like it's not hard.
Yeah, I think rune preservation would be cool. Even if it was just like 2 to 5% runes are saved, or a chance to save runes, like a 3% chance if you cast a spell that any spell that the runes don't get used up. That doesn't seem too overpowered. Oh yes, Tiki mentioned in the recording booth that every cape should teleport you to its guild. Yes, it goes without saying that it should teleport you to its guild. So free magic guild, free and unlimited magic guild teleports, and then for the ranging guild, free and unlimited ranging guild teleports. Or where you buy the cape. Oh, maybe. I like the guild. It
would vary because like there's no hit points guild, so it'd probably vary cape to cape. It's really hard to take away the spellbook swap. I don't know. It just feels like it's in a weird spot. I don't know enough. I don't think it's feasible to use the spellbook swap spell in combat so that people don't do it super often. I think people will use it in between in between like encounters. I see it a lot for speedrunning Tom. So it's affecting the like super high percent of things that people care very deeply about. So like no monkey and Addycon won't like it. But genuinely, maybe unlimited spellbook swaps is the play.
So I think to balance it, if we kept it at 5, then we could have the rune saving effect, and it wouldn't be massively OP. If it was unlimited teleports to the Magic Guild, unlimited spellbook swaps, and it saved runes, I think we're venturing into OP territory.
I want you to think about this as the guy who's not designing it, right? Think about this from the perspective of a player. What's your biggest gripe with the Magic Cape?
It doesn't have enough spellbook swaps.
Okay. So if I told you, don't worry, Michael, I'm making the Magic Cape better, what do you think I'm going to do?
Give it unlimited spellbook swaps.
See, you'd be wrong there. I'm actually giving it a rune preservation effect.
Well, sometimes it's about giving people what they don't know they need. And we're talking about if you like...
Other than blood runes, is anyone really strapped for runes these days?
I would sacrifice wearing the Mage Arena 2 cape if I could just wear a magic cape and save runes while I'm like, if you're going like a bursting task or barrage task as an Iron Man getting to 99, you're still going to be like, I'm 93 magic and I'm still in the mid game. I will be 99 magic still in the mid game. So
he's 2277 and still in the mid game.
So I will be.
That one was low hanging fruit, dog. Come on, I had to take that one.
You did, and I accept it.
It's just like he was like with this sad react face after.
So if it saves, like if I could get to 99 magic, still be in the mid game, still doing Slayer, obviously saving runes is going to be an amazing perk. So I think it should have Mage Guild Telly, unlimited spellbook swap, and saves 3% of your runes, or 3% chance to save the runes. Because what does that equal? Like if you cast a spell 100 times, 3 of those times you just didn't use 2 blood runes. How many barrages can you cast per hour?
I don't know, but I mean, is that worth it to you?
Are you saying it's not enough?
That you save 3 blood runes per 100 casts? Is that worth it to you? But how much higher do we bump it so that it doesn't use runes? And, then the next question, you and I both know it's not going to work with powered staffs. What happens when you get into content where you're not using the ancient spellbook? What happens when you're using a trident?
Maybe it has a chance to not use a charge.
Michael, that's fucked.
What? A 3% chance to not use 1 charge?
Gommel's penny doesn't even have that, I'm pretty sure.
What's the penny?
It might be 5%, maybe, to not use a charge, but let's see. 5% to not use a charge when using a charged item. That's a reward from the Master Combat Diaries. That is...
Okay.
I say we just give it unlimited spellbook swaps because we know that's what the people want, and we call it good.
Somebody said 2 hours was 2,000 casts of Ice Burst at Maniacal Monkeys. So 1,000 casts an hour, you're saving 30 times, 3%. So 30 charges, or 30, it's like 60 blood runes an hour if you're bursting, 3%.
We don't cater to Iron Men on this show. Unlimited spellbook swaps. I say call that good.
Okay, moving on. To the rune crafting cape. Oh boy. So the
rune preservation.
The current perks are not bad. So in Worn, it allows access to any rune altar without the use of a talisman or tiara. And when worn, it prevents essence pouches from degrading when filling them. I would say as a skill cape perk, pretty decent. Chaos Cleric says don't touch Don't touch the thing about the runecrafting cape. Tiki says teleport it to the abyss. D4 Drake says no change needed. I'm kind of in the boat of like, this one's decent. At 99 runecrafting, there's not much else that I think could be useful other than maybe like free unlimited teleports to Guardians of the Rift. That could be kind of nice. It would put it up there with another close bank telly, and like getting 99 runecrafting. It's enough that I think you kind of deserve to have that close bank telly. Like it could be closer than the crafting cape. Takes that long. Oh, we didn't do it. So we didn't do it for the last one. Sorry. There's 380,000 people with the magic cape. Take a guess on how many people have a runecrafting cape, Oxie.
Is it 77,467?
Forgot you had the wiki open. Well, okay. Next time I ask you to guess, don't look at the wiki. It's 77,000 people. 77,000 people. That's not that many.
I have got a wild and crazy kind of bananas idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the rune. Like, okay, cool. Essence pouches don't degrade. Outside of Guardians of the Rift, which one of you is actually training rune crafting post 99? I want to know. I'm sure the Iron Men are going, well, we always need blood runes. Cool. You don't use pouches for blood runes. I want to know outside of that, outside of Guardians of the Rift, who is using pouches. Zaya is AFK, and it isn't a bad moneymaker. You don't use pouches with Zaya rune crafting, and you can still get the pet there. So
I think
I don't think it's a bad perk, but let's take the other perk and let's put that perk on a perk and say, hey, you can teleport to every fucking runecrafting altar in the game.
That's what I was just about to say. You just
teleport to every single runecrafting altar in the game, because some of them are like, okay, yeah, we don't need another bank teleport. They're kind of close to a bank, whatever. But the clue scroll potential of being able to teleport to like 15 different places, that'd be sick.
Ooh, Tiki said teleport you straight to the middle of the abyss. Unlimited times?
I know you mentioned like don't get skulled, but how do you check for that? Because what happens if you take the runecrafting cape off? Do you then just suddenly get skulled? You know? I understand the abyss it's less options, but we've shown through leagues that we can make a drop-down menu for teleports not be totally ass. So I think it's just got potential to teleport you. Would you be inside the altar? Inside or outside the altar, do you think?
Outside. Inside would be way too OP. That'd be like leagues all over again. It's like last recall.
Who's rune crafting post 99?
Bots are rune crafting post 99.
But okay.
You imagine like teleporting you to the blood altar? The price of runes would plummet because of bots. There are so many bots. I feel like of the 77,000 people, 50,000 of those are bots, because who trains rune crafting?
I think then make the blood rune altar like make it the only one that doesn't have a teleport, or make the blood rune altar like Lord of Vampirium quest locked. Like retroactively make the blood rune altar really hard to get to.
So that like it teleports you outside of it, but not directly next to it.
No, like you can't even enter it without completing what will be the final vampire quest. Just make it like absurdly hard. Just to avoid the money making. I understand it's a good money maker. I don't know how to combat the bot problem, but you guys want perks that are good.
Listen,
you want perks that are good for the end game.
We can't consider bots in their effect on these perks. So yes, it's going to teleport you to every runecrafting altar unlimited times, because I think we can't sit here and be like, well, how is this going to affect the economy if bots suddenly have a way to get to the blood runecrafting altar unlimited times? You got 99 runecrafting, sir. You deserve it. Go make your blood runes. Or just give it a limit. Like, give it like 10 teleports to any altar a day.
Chaos Cleric says, make the RC cape have the abyssal bracelet effect and then teleport to the abyss so you don't get whatever. Nerf the effect that teleports you to
a random altar.
That'd be kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Just you teleport and you're like, well, I guess we'll find out. And then you're suddenly in the air altar and you're like, well, I didn't mean to be here.
I don't know how. I mean, if the complaint is bots, it's not going to be a good perk. If that's the
absolutely.
It's not gonna. If the complaint is like, oh, there are too many bots who are doing this method, the perk is not going to work.
Yeah,
because but that's I'm going to warn you guys right now. That is going to happen for every single one of these SKILLCAPE perks we talk about. So if we're bringing bots into the argument now, recording booth chat, understand that for the next like 17 capes, we're going to have to talk about what we do about the botting situation. Because the bots are here to stay. They have the technology to wipe the bots out. They won't do it because they're still paying for membership. So,
yeah. And that's a whole different
I was going to say, just
ban
the bots. They won't. They genuinely will not. So,
I have that same sentiment. I was talking about capitalism last time. That same sentiment just makes me sad. Like, they know how to do it, but they won't because of capitalism.
They are genuinely. I agree with Tiki that they are good for the game. Bots, in a way, are good for the game because do you guys understand how expensive the resources that we use every single day in this game would be to play at the rate that we want to play if we did not have a community of botters pumping this shit into the game? Do you guys know how absurdly expensive that shit would be?
My counter argument is that people could do things in this game other than PVM and make good money. Yes, it probably would inflate the economy because like you could have a Joe Schmo with 60 woodcutting making $6 million an hour cutting ewes. But you could make $6 million an hour cutting ewes.
Sharks have quadrupled since they killed off minnow farmers.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like, rip the shark stack, am I right, fellas? Yeah, sharks are 1,200 GP now.
It's crazy.
That's just like
it's the crazy tip that one small act completely like flip that item.
But imagine what happens. Imagine what happens when that's not the case. Like part of the reason why there's an issue with the skilling supplies in this game is because so many come from PVM, right? A woodcutting bot is not going to make that much money an hour, right? A woodcutting bot is not going to be the problem. Cool. They brought another 1,000 oak logs into the game. Awesome. It's the bots that are running like Nightmare.
Yeah.
It's the bots that are doing, Zulra that's pumping supplies out, Bandos that's pumping supplies out. It's all these bosses that drop skilling supplies as rewards. The bots are killing them with like machine learning shit, and nothing is happening to them. That's where all of the supplies are coming from. Yeah, there's like your occasional like minnows bots are a problem, right? There are obviously bots in all skills, but you also got boss drop tables that are an issue too, which are also botted. Take supplies out of bossing drop tables. Listen, the problem with that is what do we supplement them with? Nobody.
GP.
That's too much. I don't know. Is that too much raw GP coming into the game though? It's not. It's Maybe. We're getting off topic. We're getting insanely
wildly off topic.
Rune crafting. What are we doing for rune crafting?
Any altar, unlimited times. Because I think this discussion is going to get depressing if we sit here and we try and cater these perks around the bot problem. I want to make these perks as if bots don't exist. Because it's just more fun that way. And we're here to have fun. This is not a serious, like we're not developing these skills. We don't need to workshop them to the ground. We're just here to have fun. So what would make runecrafting cape fun? Giving you an unlimited teleport to any altar in the game.
If you
as well as what it has
Tutorial
now.
Island with a runecrafting cape in your inventory.
Remove runecrafting from the game. That would make it more fun, right? I don't know who it was. Somebody said that they want us to basically put a blanket every skill cape. It increases the chance to get the pet once you have the cape. You're telling me you're fine going to 99 and still not having a chance. Like, I think it's absurd that you have to get to 200 million XP before they throw you a bone. It's insane. Have you seen the rate at which the Tangle Root is dropped? It's like 60 million farming XP, Oxie. Insane. Half of these capes don't even like have a pet attached, so I don't know why it matters. That's where you draw the line? Wow.
A skill cape boosting a pet rate that is
It's not even that much though. Like give it a 5% chance. Give it a 10% chance. 10% boosted. So like if it's a 1 in 30,000, 10% is not that much, but it's still something. You're throwing you a bone.
No bones. No
Give me a
pet
bone.
bones.
I want a bone.
No tough shit. Get the farming pack. Go do a farm run, Michael.
I'm not doing a farm
Get
run.
off your ass and go do a farm run on your main
I don't know
account.
the password to that account anymore.
Get on your main account that has the Jagex
I'm on my
launcher
main account.
and go do a farm run. Get on your maxed main account.
I'm on
and
my
go
main
do a
account,
farm
Oxie.
run. Your maxed main account. Go do a farm
Oh,
run.
it's not maxed yet. It'll be maxed next year.
You are a fucking making the game artificially easier since 2024. Michael the fucking Iron Man.
It wasn't me.
Jesus
I just
Christ.
agreed with whoever it said it was.
Hit points cape. No, construction cape.
Construction. No notes.
No notes. It's perfect.
It's perfect.
No notes.
Literally,
Good content.
the construction cape, I can't think of a single thing that would make it better. Literally nothing. Give me a better rate for the con pet. Tiki. Make a construction pet. How about that?
Different episode, Michael. Different episode, Michael.
You're right. All right, hit points cape. The current perk for the hit points cape is, while worn, natural hit point restoration rate is doubled. The effect does not stack with the rapid heal, but does stack with a regen bracelet. I think that while worn, the hit point cape should act as a free redemption spell. Doesn't cost prayer points, but if you fall below a certain like a certain threshold of health, it should give you like a little bit back, like 2 or 3 times a day or something.
So the defense cape, but somehow worse.
But doesn't teleport you out of the encounter. Yeah. How is it worse?
You're still in danger.
Right, but I'm saying say you fall like, if you get below, what is the redemption proc? It is, if your health falls below 10%, it heals you for how much prayer you have. I'm just saying, you can make the construction or the hit points cape heal you back up to like 50 if your health falls below 10%. So if you get below a 9, you could still die, right? Because even with redemption, you can still die. The hit points cape could stay as it is. I'm just trying to think of kind of nice perks that it could have.
Make it like quadruple. Or just let it stack with the other bonuses.
So quadruple healing?
Allows for all food to overheal.
Cooking, Tiki. He's cooking.
That
While worn. Because some of these perks have an effect of, even if it's not worn, it's just in your inventory. So maybe this could be like, if it's worn or in your inventory, it would give the doubled drain or doubled regeneration, and every food can overheal to whatever the angler can overheal. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Because then you could just have you could just take Karambwans, and once you have your 99 HP, which a lot of people will get, because like right now, 515,000 people have 99 HP. So I mean, anglers would probably tank, which is fine.
Why is it fine?
Because why are they so special? Why are they the only food in the game besides brews that can overheal you? What is so special about an anglerfish?
They overheal you.
Exactly. Why can't all food overheal you if you have a perk? Because people could just not take the perk. I guess like you could just not have the cape in your inventory. You're sacrificing an inventory slot.
Surely you have to wear the cape, right? There's no universe in which we let this be an inventory cape. It says when worn, natural restoration rate is doubled. There ain't no way we're saying carry a hit points cape with you and every food can overheal.
What about while worn, it's quadrupled. If it's in your inventory, it's doubled, and you have to wear it to get the overheal.
Seems like you're overcomplicating it just a little bit.
Okay, fine. While worn, quadrupled healing, and you get the overheal with any food. How about it can... Yeah, it just overheals you to whatever the max is already, which is like 819 or something. You can overheal a 118. No, that's boosting. What can you overheal to? 120?
121, I think.
121? So it overheals you by 20 at 99 HP. But you have to be 99 HP to get this. So yeah, every food can heal you up to 20, but they can only heal you by however much they give you. So like if you eat a tuna potato or something, that heals for, I don't know, like, I don't know what it heals you, but yeah, so it'd only heal you up to what that maximum is.
Tuna potato heals 22, eh? Crazy.
Tuna potatoes are 22?
No, they're not 22. I thought they're 18.
Okay, a lobster or
Who
a tuna.
cares?
I know what a tuna is 10. So if you ate a tuna and you were already at 99 HP, like you couldn't go up to 120 if you just kept eating tunas. I guess that doesn't make sense. Because you could eat an angler and go to like 105 and then eat another angler and you're at 120. I just chose like the most OP potato. And I was like, yeah, it heals you like a 15. That's the one potato that heals you the most. Are you good with that perk?
It's f***ed, but sure.
Next up, we have agility. 76,000 people have the agility cape.
The least collected cape in the game.
Oh, is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's close to the rune crafting cape. 76,700 have the agility, and 77,400 have the rune crafting cape. So it's a difference of 700 people. So while worn, the agility cape substitute as the graceful cape, and then once per day, it can restore 100% run energy and provides effect of a stand-up potion for 1 minute. I think when you're wearing the agility cape, run energy does not drain. You just have unlimited run all of the time. 100% of the time. Does not drain.
In combat?
Everywhere you want it to work. Because if you're willing to sacrifice, max cape aside, if you're willing to sacrifice your best in slot cape to have unlimited run, you could just take a stamina potion and have the same effect. Pretty much. It's not that OP, but it just makes the game more playable.
It's pretty OP if it's allowable in combat.
Can you count on more than one hand the amount of places it's OP to have unlimited run?
Suck. Solo Chambers, Theater of Blood, specifically at Bloat, but also you could argue the Nilo room in Verzik too. Where else is it important to have unlimited run? Let me pull up my high score sheet right here. Let me pull up my high score sheet. Skiller, shut your damn mouth and let me find the other bosses it's relevant at. It's for all the wilderness bosses, having an unlimited run is huge because you can run away from PKers forever, right? Having unlimited run at a place like Gauntlet allows you to run around without having to use those stamina potions. You need stamina in the fight caves if you're speed running. Unlimited stamina at Mole to chase that fucking thing around. Unlimited stamina to get to the Dagannoth Kings. They made more than one hand. Don't do that.
I didn't know.
Get back to the calcified deposits.
I didn't know.
Let the PVM.
I was genuinely asking.
You use it at Duke.
I PVM, Oxie.
You kill
99
Abyssal
Slayer.
Demons and call it PVM. Oh, I thought Yeti didn't have 99 Slayer yet. Shut the fuck up.
I have an account with 99 Slayer, and that's on my back. That was hard. Not easy to do. Took time. I killed a lot of bosses for that.
No, you didn't.
I think unlimited run is not game breaking.
It
now, if you want to say
is
not
in
in combat, not game breaking. It just makes the game easier. That doesn't break the game. For a speedrunner to now have unlimited run, they're choosing to speedrun. Now they'll just be faster times. But it evens out, right? Because like one of the examples is God Wars Dungeon. Are you going to sacrifice the assembler or the quiver to have unlimited run? You're just going to be shooting arrows all over the place?
Michael, if you have unlimited run at a place like Solo Bandos, that's several inventory spaces saved. If you have unlimited run at a place like Solo Sarah, that's several inventory spaces saved. What does that mean? That means that you get way more supplies that you can take with you. Sure, it's only 4 restores or it's only 4 brews, but when you get good enough that you're only using restores or range pots, it makes a huge difference. When you don't have to take unlimited run outside of combat. Because it still works to do, like, you still have unlimited run for Clue Scrolls. You still have unlimited run for things like Blast Furnace or Giant's Foundry. You still have unlimited run anywhere else in the game where you could use it. You could use it at mini games or whatever where you need run or whatever. But if you allow this to be done in combat, it dramatically changes like a dozen encounters where you need to manage stamina. So outside of combat, infinite run energy. That's perfect. I think that makes it cool but balanced enough.
Sometimes I wish I had a co-host who wasn't such an elitist and we could have fun.
Sometimes
I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Sometimes I wish I had a co-host who I didn't want to smack upside the head for his whack-ass opinions all the time.
It's a good thing we're
here we are.
States away.
Here we are.
What's next? We have Herblore. Currently, the Herblore skill cape perk is when worn, Zahir and Narda will create unfinished potions for 200 coins each without the desert hard diary done. And when it's worn, using grimy herbs, it allows grimy herbs to be used in creating unfinished potions. Doing so gives the experience of cleaning the herb. It can be searched, and it can also be searched for a pestle and mortar. 2 of these perks, wildly just like dead content once you have 99 herblore. But unless you're an Iron Man, these are wildly dead, like ineffective. I don't know a single main account at 99 herblore that's like, gosh, I'm so happy I got 99 herblore so I can use my grimy herbs to make potions. Number 1, I don't know a single person who actually makes unfinished potions. And number 2, who has 99 herblore without the desert diary done? The hard desert diary. 2 things.
I love that. I love that of these perks, you're like pestle and mortar. That's perfect. We should keep that.
I hadn't even gotten to the pestle and mortar. I mean, it's like it has a 0 effect on me whether or not you can have the pestle and mortar for free because the GE exists and you can buy them from shops. But like,
hear me out. God damn it, Tiki. So I literally, from the beginning of this episode, I'm like, herblore potion, let's give it a 10% chance to save a dose of potion. But I'll save that one till later. He just fucking says in the recording booth chat, chance to save a dose of potion.
Like the amulet of chemistry?
No,
to make a
when you drink it. So when you have the herblore cape equipped and you drink a potion, you save a dose. You have a 10% chance to save a dose of the potion that you used.
That'd be cool. I like that. Here's a wacky idea. You could use the herblore cape, and I need you to sit down if you're not sitting down.
Oh, God.
You can use the herblore cape to store potion doses. Allows you to store like 24 doses of 3 potions in the herblore cape. 104,000 people have the herblore cape in the game. Oxie is left, and it's just Oxie's chair, everyone. He's back. You can store 12 doses of a potion.
He said, I hate having an elitist co-host, and then comes up with, it's not game breaking if you could keep 24 doses of brews, restores, and range potions in your herblore cape in addition to your inventory when you go in the Inferno.
Oxie, we can't design these perks around one piece of content.
Michael, it's not. I'm using it as a dramatic example. If you could take 24 extra doses of serotonin brew anywhere in the game, you might finally be able to kill Zulrah, let alone do Tom or Chambers or Tombs of a Masket.
By the time you spent millions of GP to get 99 herb lore and made
have a
thousands
inventory full of potions.
Thousands of. It's 4 extra pots, dude.
Michael,
24 doses, 6 extra pots.
3 potions, 24 doses of 3 different potions. So you want to take 18 extra potions into combat encounters. You want motherfuckers to take 18 extra potions because you forked over the ducats for 99. You want people to have a second fucking inventory. I said 10% chance to save potion doses. Michael said bad ideas only. Fuck the integrity of this game.
8 potion doses? 2 potions.
No! It's a bad idea!
An extra potion? 3 extra potions.
No.
Yeah.
I disagree so wholeheartedly at this fucking banker's note second inventory bullshit that you're putting on there. Because good God.
Then make it 25% chance to save a dose. 10% is not enough.
What?
25%. 1 in 4.
Why does it have to be 25%?
Because we have things like the rune crafting cape that will teleport you to any altar in the game.
Michael.
Another extremely slow underutilized.
Michael.
Yes, yeah. What's up?
When you have 99, you don't train these skills afterwards. It is imperative in this game to consider skills that have uses in combat. Does rune crafting get used in combat? Before your smart ass says, yeah, you need runes for magic, do you rune craft in combat outside of Zulcano? Where you don't go to an altar. Where do you rune craft to kill a boss?
You have to rune craft to kill bosses that require runes.
See, I knew it was going to be your counter argument. Going to a rune crafting altar is so dramatically different than being able to get essentially 5 doses out of every single pot. You realize what you're asking for, right? You're saying every potion is now a 5-dose potion because you have a 25% chance to proc the potion saving.
Is that wildly crazy though?
Yes.
For 99 herb lore? 99 herb lore.
Insane.
You have to be wearing the cape.
That's literally RS3. That's fucking insane.
That's not that crazy.
You have to be wearing the cape, but there are 2 words for you, Michael. Maximum skill cape.
We already said at the beginning of this episode that we cannot make these perks based around the OP-ness of the max cape. It's going to be OP, and I think we have to accept that. I
genuinely said from the start we kind of have to.
We don't. We can't. We can't. We literally can't.
There is no way that you want to.
Then you're going to make, okay, so say Joe Schmo wants to train 1 to 99 herb lore without getting a max cape. He is now being penalized because Chad Schmo decided to get 1 to 99 in every skill and has a max cape that combines them.
Wait, hold on.
It's 90. We're talking about these. It makes sense.
All of these perks are good on their own because all of the skill cape perks are garbage these days.
They're garbage, and we're trying to make them better.
Good. We're trying to make them better so they're worth it on their own. When you max your account, you should have a pretty cool cape.
It's not that OP.
Michael, I genuinely do not think, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, you have done enough inventory management to understand how fucking massive an extra dose of potion for every single one of the potions that you bring would mean in a high-stress encounter.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Promise you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You said how absolutely massive that would be. Why is that a negative? Why are you fighting this so hard? If it's massive, that means it's good for you. That means it would be Well, you're saying you're using massive in the wrong context. What you're saying is, you know how absolutely detrimental to the meta having 5 doses would be. Massive is a good thing. Massive is great. If you
Are
have 5
massive
doses,
changes always a good thing?
yes.
Really, the massive
the
changes
context of
back in
saying-
2012 were a good thing.
In the context of saying,
Because
this
I'm pretty
is
sure
massive,
you quit after those massive changes.
I did, because it was a large change. It wasn't a massive change.
You are using a different adjective for the same thing.
No, it's like, okay, am I wrong in thinking that when you say that's massive, you're not saying that's like large? You're saying that's good. Like massive is used to say something is good. It's a slang term for good, right? I'm just asking a question.
If
Do you
you're
think
going
it
to
would be
fucking get pedantic about it, fine. It's a disastrous change that you want to
Okay.
make. I guess massive is not the right term. You're massively altering the way combat is played. But yes, I suppose you are detrimentally altering the way combat is played.
Okay, I'm
'Cause
just trying
that's
to
the
understand
second
your.
fucking time today you wanted to get pedantic on me. And
I'm
this
trying
is
to
the
understand
time
your
I'm
perspective.
I read your fucking shit in the bingo planning chat earlier where you're talking about Slayer potions. I want to smack you upside the fucking head when you made that dumbass comment about Slayer points. I was like, Michael, I swear to God, don't do that.
Just trying to understand where you're coming from, because
Oh,
5 dose potions are a good thing. It would make having 99 herb lore worth having 99 herb lore, because there literally is no point. As a main account, you do not have to train herb lore at all to get to, like, you have access to every single potion from the Grand Exchange. Yes, some people have to have 99 herb lore to make those potions, but as your normal, like, as a normal person, you could get staminas, brews, restores on a level 3 account. Iron Man is different.
we're not
they
making
need to
shit for
train it.
Iron Men.
We're not. Okay. 10% is fine with me. We spent way too long on herb lore.
Oh my God.
I'm just trying to make these worth it and fun. And I don't want to like get into the nitty gritty of like, this is going to break combat, because it's not happening. These are not going, we're having these discussions as if we are the J mods and this is going to be implemented into the game. I'm just trying to have a fun discussion of like, what if it was? What if we did in 2015, they did give you
And it would
25%?
be fucked, Michael. It would
No, it
be
wouldn't. It would be the
super fucked.
norm. It would be the norm. We would be like, yeah, 99 herb lore, you get 5 dose potions. That's the norm. And they build content around that.
Okay. They build content around that. Do you want to know what that means?
Harder content.
What does that mean when we say harder content? That means you have to max your fucking account before you can play the game.
Not max, but it would help. You could just 99 herb lore. It's a
But
viable
if the
skill.
maximum skill cape becomes the best cape in the game for its perks,
then yes, you have to max before you can play the game. And that's what that's the road we're going down with these skill cape perks. It's literally like,
holy
if you don't have what
does the thieving cape do? When worn, an additional 10% chance of being successful in pickpocketing, stacked with the completion of the easy, medium, and hard Ardoyan diaries.
no notes. That's fine. 10%
This is the
chance
most
of not
like
is being more
indifferent
successful.
cape. I feel
Yeah.
like okay, sure, because like
They already did the thing that I wanted them to do, which would be increase coin pouches, but like maybe it auto opens coin pouches. That would just negate having coin pouches at all.
Who's doing a lot of? Only thing I would maybe expand is make the 10% success rate go into chests and shit as well. Not that anyone's really trying to do pyramid plunder post 99, but like I don't know.
I don't think so.
Just
Unless you're
leave it
hunting
as
for the
it
pet.
is. No notes.
No notes.
Maybe we have back-to-back and no notes. Mom and Dad fighting a lot this episode, so we have back-to-back. No, this is literally the example of
Herb lore broke us.
it's like we have been fighting at the dinner table for an hour, and our waitress finally walked over and said, "Hi, is everything okay?" So we're like, "Yeah, no, everything's fantastic. Thank you so much. Would you like to eat dessert tonight?" I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. Thank you so fucking much. That's literally what Michael and I are doing right now with these skill games. What's the custody plan for when you get a divorce? Oh no, we're devout Christians. We're not getting a divorce.
I take the wise old man, you take the KBD. Crafting cape is up next. And I, again, probably no notes. You get unlimited teleports to the crafting guild. And while worn, you access the crafting guild bank chest without completing the hard Falador diary. You have to wear it?
I actually do have a change for this. When you get 99 crafting and you buy the skill cape, you can just go into the crafting guild. You don't need the cape to get in. You don't need the cape. You don't need an apron.
I thought that's how it worked.
No, you still, with 99 crafting, need a cape or an apron to get in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we're talking about guilds, there are certain guilds where you can just walk in. There are certain guilds where you need items. We'll get to the cooking cape here in a little bit. Maybe not this episode. Who knows? But at this point,
there's no way we're making this a two-parter. Surely. Well, we got a lot of them left.
I say we get down to, I don't know. We could end it here. Honestly, we're at 2 hours.
God damn. Are we really at 2? Holy shit. How have we been talking about this for 2 hours?
We've been fighting, dude. We've been fighting. It's okay.
I think we probably got more to fight about, too.
We do. This might be the last one.
And I could be content with that because we're 13 out of 23 skills done, and it's 13 out of 23. But I think we should definitely talk about the quest cape, the diary cape, and the music cape, just because they're also on this list too. So that's another 13 for the next episode. That actually kind of works pretty perfectly.
Love it.
It's a shame we're ending on essentially a no notes cape after fighting to the death about her.
Well, okay. Let's spend a couple minutes and workshop it. Like
Michael said, I didn't hear no bell. What's your suggestion?
I don't know. You use a lot of items. Like, what if
Leo says circle back to her?
15%. 15% saved.
12.5.
12.5. I'll meet you in the middle. You use a lot of things. So like maybe you don't need a needle and thread to craft items. Maybe you don't need a glass blowing apparatus.
Are you manipulating Dragonhide with your bare hand?
You're 99 crafting, dude. Maybe you just like squeeze it real hard in it and it
Michael,
sews it
you
together.
have a pretty high IRL crafting level. You do leather work. Have you ever squeezed a piece of leather so hard that it sticks to another piece?
Tiki says no molds. You just like make the glass with your hands. No molds would be huge. Maybe you can store. Maybe it becomes the tool belt.
Who the fuck is making this shit?
I don't know.
Post 99.
I have no idea. But storing all of the, like, maybe you can search the cape and get molds. Maybe you can search the cape and get needle and thread. Search the cape and get.
I say we save that one for another larger cape. That maybe comes at the end when you have all of these capes.
Oh, okay. Well,
think about it.
I guess don't need it. You don't need to wear the cape to get in the crafting guild. Or maybe they have crafting guilds in different cities. I think that would be cool. It's not really a 99 perk, but like what if they had the Mistalin crafting guild and the Korend crafting guild? Like they just have more than one. And that could go for all of the artisan guilds. I think that it's like there's only one guild for cooking in the entire world of Gielinor. Like put a cooking guild.
The food everywhere else fucking sucks.
It's like Varrock has the best food because all the great chefs are here.
Half the city is run down slums. I don't know if they've got the infrastructure for that.
You know what's crazy? Half the city's run down slums, but like the biggest trading market in all of Gielinor is like feet away.
Why is that, baby? Capitalism.
Freaking King Rolled sucks.
Capitalism
ass,
is ruining RuneScape.
King Rolled sucks ass. Crafting cape. Put more crafting guilds everywhere so we can have unlimited teleports to all the guilds.
When you get 99 crafting, you can see the other 13 crafting guilds that have been fucking invisible the entire time.
That's what I'm saying. It's not really a cape perk. I'm just saying as a note, I think that thematically it would be cool to have guilds in other cities. So Guys, we're going to save the rest of these for a part 2. That was not planned, by the way. I don't think Oxie and I thought that we would argue so much about Herblore.
Yeah, we definitely thought this would be a shorter thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's like 23 skills. This would be no problem.
We'll get through that. But
It's gonna be
that's going to do it
for
for this one. Thanks for sticking around. Come back next week. This is not like bait. Literally just we don't have time to do all 23. So next week we'll do part 2 of all the rest of the capes, plus some of the big ones like achievement diaries and quest and music. But stick around after the break. We're going to have a fun question. We're going to do the Patreon shoutouts and achievement of the week and community question and the fun question. All of that stuff. Okay? See you after this.
Ahoy there, citizens of Gillinor. My name is Captain Murphy, and I'm on the hunt for seamen. I need the hardiest seamen around, the best in all of Gillinor. What am I gonna do with all these seamen, you ask? I'm gonna take them out on my world-famous fishing trawler. Here at Captain Murphy's fishing trawler, we're going out to sea for a juicy bounty that only the open ocean can provide us. The seas at Gillinor are perilous, so grab your rod with both hands and fill your mateys' holes with that sticky hot tar. Yarg. The journey across the open ocean will be long and hard, but incredibly rewarding. You'll be coming home with enough fish to fill your sack for the next week, and if the luck of the sea be upon you, you might even leave with another man's soggy trousers. Yarg. Bring you and all your salty sea dogs down to Port Khazard and sign up to take a trip out on Captain Murphy's fishing trawler. Be the seaman you were meant to be. Yarg.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial break because I know that I sure did. It's part of the show now where we take a second to thank our patrons. To start us off, we do have a new Wise Old Man patron. Thank you so much and welcome to the crew, Fishbun, who's actually joining us in the recording booth for the first time. So thank you so much to Fishbun. And thank you to all of the Wise Old Man patrons. You're on the screen now. Appreciate the hell out of you. You guys are the bread and butter. You are the peanut butter to our jelly, as it were, of the Patreon. Couldn't do this without you guys.
To our cordon bleu.
Hell yeah. So thank you to all the Wise Old Men. You guys are amazing. Muchos to every one of you. Now it's time to shout out our KBD members. And these are the folks that we shout out every single week by name, individually. Some of these are going to be great, so we'll get through them. But to start us out with the KBD shoutouts, we want to thank you to Apathy, Boston Sport 5, Brooks 70, Chaos Cleric is my favorite patron, and I am not just saying this because he changed his name on Patreon. It is true. Oxie's dad, my dad, all of our dad, Cloud Kicker, Damon S, Dicky Bird, Elite Oreo Dunker, HMZ Bot, MT Birchfield, Neves Sweaty Socks, aka Clapscape, Prof Slayer, our third favorite Patreon supporter, Ralph, Run Metal 15, Rylithian, Satan Loves Oxie and is sorry, 666.
It's okay, Satan.
Soggy Waffles, Seppi J, Sparky Life, Swole's Nose Filled Excitement for Bingo, The Big G Jordy.
Hold on. Did you say his nose filled Swole?
It's a drug reference, is it not?
I was just say, is that brother? He said, we're not sleeping.
We're not. The Big G Jordy and the Crayola Talamorn. Thank you so much to all of our KBD patrons. You guys rock. Literally, we didn't ask, but you still subscribe at the KBD. I'm just trying to say you didn't have to, and you still did, and we love you for that. Muchos to all the people in the KBD tier. If you want to join these crazy folks, you can do so by heading over to patreon.com/Xpwaste. We have different tiers at all different price points. If you want to join for free, you can do that too. So head on over to patreon.com/Xpwaste. Now it is time to hop into the community question. We asked you guys last week, what's your favorite part of Varlamore so far? We have a fair few responses, so we'll get through these very quickly. Otis says, haven't been able to explore a lot yet, but I like the teasers it brings. The port is prime for sailing, and being able to see bits of the land we can't access yet makes me and theory crafters moist. He said moist. DJ says rumors made me break my birdhouse only account at 97 Hunter. I love that. I saw somebody recently say that, like, I think it was on Reddit, that birdhouses are the new like Iron Man early game meta because it's way better supplies than Winter Todd. Considering going
Rumors?
from one, what did I say?
Birdhouses.
Yeah, sorry, rumors.
I was like,
rumors are better.
Have birdhouses not always been the early game meta?
You're right. Rumors are the early game meta. Instead of doing Winter Todd to 99, you just kind of like casually do 1 to 99 Hunter with rumors. Alex says, even though it's not completely known, I love the red token Easter egg that they included. It sparked a massive community drive to work it out, and I'm keen to see what it eventually does.
That's one of Tiki's boys right there.
That's for sure. Tiki just made like alt accounts and he's answering the question like 10 times.
That's a rune hunter if I've ever seen one.
Fizzle says,
crazy fuckers.
Fizzle says the Quetzal teleport animation. I don't have the whistle, so I don't know what that is, but maybe I'll look it up on the wiki.
Pretty sure you get like swept up by the bird.
Oh, that's fun.
Which, by the way, when they were describing the Quetzals, I was picturing Quetzalcoatlus, the gigantic prehistoric flying reptile. Like, imagine a pteranodon the size of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And I was like, yo, Varlamore's about to be fucking sick. And then they showed the picture of the Quetzals in game. I'm like, oh, it's not Quetzalcoatlus.
We wanted dinosaurs.
Oh.
Aaron says, I know this is a boring answer, but I love the new thieving method. Thieving is one of my least favorite skills to train. Blackjacking absolutely sucks ass, and Varlamore thieving is actually engaging. I love that. I need to do it. I did it briefly. Went and stole a key or something and went in the house, and maybe there's a plugin that makes it better. I don't know. Alexander says Hunter rumors have been a really nice update. They have. I held off on wanting to do rumors, but I think I'm actually going to do it. Like once you get your block list, like your quote unquote block list set up, I think it makes rumors a lot better. Preston says definitely Hunter, grinding out 93 to 99 currently with rumors, but when you and Oxie both streamed, it's been both great Varlamore content and made me want to explore the game more. Please stream. Funny you say that. We actually got affiliate on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Xpwaste podcast. And you guys can, use all your channel points and get emotes and subscribe and send us bits and do all that kind of stuff. Oxie should be streaming this week, so stay tuned for that, hopefully. If I say it, maybe it'll come true.
Oxie's still going to set up the goddamn the Xpwaste thing on his whatever, so
it's
maybe
take that
Oxie gets frustrated or forgets, and he goes live on his own personal Twitch channel. We'll see. Either way, you have a strong chance of seeing me this week on one of the channels. Are we still married to the Xpwaste podcast as a username?
We can't change the username for like you can't change it for like 30 days once you set it up. So moving on, Dinosaur says, as a quest enjoyer and a dialogue reader, I have enjoyed goading people in my clan into doing the frog quest and getting their immediate reaction to it in voice chat. Genuinely hilarious S tier content. I haven't done that quest yet, or I would probably have more to say.
It is, without question, the best written quest in the game.
I love that. I can't wait to do it. I just haven't had a reason. There's maybe after bingo, I'll go hard and get my quest cape. Mr. Curtin says, semi-AFK thieving? My hands got sore from clicking Artie Knight so much. Hell yeah. Brian says, I really enjoyed the Perilous Moons. The bosses are aesthetically pleasing with fun mechanics. FYI, when I first started listening to the podcast, I had y'all's voices switched when I saw the thumbnail. You know how many people have said that? They think that my voice is your face and vice versa. That's just weird. I don't know. Like,
speaking of
I
podcasts,
guess you could have it.
I mean, we don't look that much different. There's like a 7-inch height difference between you and I, which is disappointing. 7 or 8, but I was describing myself to somebody last night on stream. I made a comment that like, yeah, dude, baths suck because I don't really fit in bathtubs. And then I had made the comment not long prior that I was like 5'5" and 300 pounds. And I realized when bitching that like, oh, bathtubs don't fit, it makes me seem like I'm like spewing over the side of a bathtub because I'm so wide. Because 5'5", there's not going to be a length issue there. But I was worrying that I'm like, God damn, making myself look like an amorphous mash.
Yeah, I don't know how long you're gonna keep going with the height thing, but I'm here for it.
5'5", baby. Maybe 5'6" on a good day. 5'7" in the morning if you catch me at the right time.
Oh my God. Joseph says Perilous Moons is probably the most fun I've had in the mid-game content. New armor and weapons are dope. Glad they finally giving mid-game players more stuff to do to make some cash. Barrows was not good enough apparently. Perilous
Moons is way better money than Barrows, dude. Perilous Moons, every time I see it drop, it's some expensive booty.
That's true.
Especially the Blue Moon shit.
True.
Like it's
some Barrows drops are like less than 100K. Ryan says, feels fresh. That's all they said. Great. Love it.
Feels fresh, baby.
Feels fresh, baby. Koi Boy says, Wave 1 simulator, baby. I guess that's
Coliseum,
yeah. Ian says, I think it's Ian. It's EAN. Ian says, I'm free to play, so no Varlamore for me. Sad face. I'm working towards a bond, so soon. You want my honest opinion? Just spend the IRL cash to get a bond. You'll thank yourself, and you won't have to spend 10 million GP of your hard-earned ducats in-game to get 2 weeks of your time. That's my controversial take. It's so hard to make money in free-to-play. Tiki says, maybe you don't have it. That's true, and in which case, just grind it out in game, I guess. Moving on, Steven says, fighting Perilous Moons, a.k.a. mooning. Oh, that's air quotes. Air quotes. Mooning. I love it. What are you doing tonight? I'm mooning. D4 Drake says, my answer should be moons, but I really think it's rumors. I really want that birdie. I want the pretty birdie.
Bird.
Buddy Time says, playing hide and seek with my buds in the new area. Organic exploration of a zone makes it more interesting to run around. Dude, playing hide and seek in Varlamore would be so much fun. And like with no clues either. Like you could just have to stay in the city proper. You can't go out in like the savannah area. That's great. We should do that as a like a stream event or something. Although streaming it would be hard because I could just watch the stream and see where we are. Anyway, OCDam says, using it to prep for bingo. I'm so excited. Days are being taken off of work. I'm grinding levels. I'm so pumped. I know who to draft for my team next. OCDam. Trey D says, the Frog Quest shook me to my core and has led me to abandon religion and reevaluate all my long-held political beliefs. If we could pin any of these comments to the top and like highlight them, I think
religion is the opium of the masses. We're getting Toothbert was trying to take us down all along. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Open your eyes, people.
Yeah, that's funny. No regrets tonight. 666 says, I really like the new thieving activity due to it being just something new. I may never look at Artie Nights again. Are they really? Is it really that good? Huh. I guess I'll have to check it out. Swole says, Cuthbert was straight up the funniest effing thing I've ever seen. I spat my Red Bull all over my PC. The Roman style of the city, it visualized Oxie's Roman holiday tangents for me. Long live Cuthbert with the frog emoji. I need to do this quest.
It was great. Oh my god, is there a music? I don't know if there's a music track related to it.
Ribbit.
Oh my god, dude.
And last but not least on Spotify, Martin says hunting. That's their favorite thing about Varlamore is just hunting.
Hell yeah.
And now, going over to our YouTube channel, we ask you guys the same thing. What's your favorite part of Varlamore? Casper says the Hunter Guild, but the moons and mining for prayer XP are very close. I'm surprised. 22 responses, and this is the first time anybody said anything about calcified deposits. Crazy.
Now, that's insane that we got 2 new PVM encounters, a brand new skilling minigame that's basically a Slayer system, several
Boo.
new good
Joe
quests,
Gissel says the perilous
several
moons
new
have been
good
fun
quests,
and laid back.
and for some reason, and a new bitch and transport method. And for some reason, people haven't chosen mining as their favorite thing to do.
It's
what
my favorite
the
thing. The Joe Gissel says perilous moons have been fun and laid back. As a Mexican American, I love the Mesoamerican influence on the content too. It's beautiful, and I hope we get a similarly themed raid for Raids 4. There's so much potential here. Yeah, that would be cool. Raid in Varlamore? Hell yeah. Jordy says, I haven't done much other than the Perilous Moons and the quest to get there, so my answer will be Perilous Moons, because it's also semi-group activity, which is fun. But when the time comes, I will explore everything on my iron. Oxie's Chair says, I haven't done much yet in Varlamore, but I'm really loyal. Oxie's Chair. Sorry. We subscribed to this account the other day, didn't we? I haven't done much in Varlamore yet, but I'm really looking forward to learning and grinding Perilous Moons. It seems fun. What about that guy who's sitting on me? What is his favorite thing about Varlamore? I don't know. What is Oxie's favorite thing?
Last week? It was probably like the hunter stuff, because like the rumors stand out as like a fun activity to do. I don't mind moons. I like it. I want to be able. I think moons is a lot more fun if you're in like a mass, and I've not attempted Coliseum enough. I'll get there, but
nice. Clay Kicker says AFK robbing. Like how I put robbing. Yeah, because you're literally like murking stuff from people's house. Canifis says, same as the Joe Gizzle, it's awesome and it works in the OSR style. They're referencing the Mesoamerican style and the Raids 4. James says, I got spooned after starting hunter contracts with a 13kc Quetzal pet. I think I was one of the first couple hundred in the entire game, which felt pretty special. M. Devlin says, the new hardwood patch, game-changing update. There's a new hardwood patch? Wow. And finally, Miss Neptune says, definitely the hunter contracts. Finally got my 30 million hunter XP milestone from them, and I'm hoping to passively grind out a chin or herby pet while doing more. Although I hate the moth contracts, I find that the sunlight moths have such a fun mechanic to them. When raw dogging them immediately restore your stamina, which makes for a fun boost feeling.
It's pretty good.
It reminds me of the Mario Kart mechanics of having zoomy tiles on the road to increase speed. Also great for from running somewhere and need to restore them along the way. Similar to using the forestry kit rations with an axe to restore run energy on the adventures for the cheap. And finally, I said Miss Neptune was the last one, but this is actually the last one. Tavlin says, as a new hardcore Iron Man, my favorite part of Varlamore is the Hunter's Guild. It is literally replacing Wintertodt and making a new Iron Man route for GP, best in slot meats, bones for prayer, herbs, chins, Teku salamander, bank teleport, bird's nest, magic log crossbow, butterfly jars, and on top of that, we get Camptorum mining and a sustainable and a free AFK prayer method. This is literally everything about Wintertodt has to offer and more for Iron Man benefits, and it's even more on the horizon like Herbal or Skilling Boss. This is who I was referencing
He
earlier.
typed that himself. There's no way Michael said, yeah, dude, a new Wintertodt meta for Iron Man and the mining is great. He typed that himself.
I was referencing this comment. Himself. I was referencing this comment when I was talking about the Wintertodt update, or like an update to Wintertodt. Anyway, that's going to do it for this community question. Thank you guys so much for answering. If you want to answer this week's question, it will be, how would you change a skill cape of the first 13 that we've talked about so far? So that's attack. If you're looking down the skill cape menu, it's attack starting at top, going all the way to crafting. So attack through crafting if you're looking at the skills menu left to right, top to bottom. You get into that question on the community question section on Spotify or the pinned comment of this YouTube video. I'm going to send it over to our favorite co-host for his favorite section of the podcast called Achievement of the Week.
What's up, folks? It's Achievement of the Week time. Michael's family will be at his door in 45 seconds. So we have to get this shit rolling. So we're just going to go straight down the list with the skilling category this week. More Hoss achieved 99 strength and 99 magic. Dinosaur achieved 99 defense, also 2100 total level. Eligio achieved 99 hit points on his group Iron Man. Infamous Boy achieved 99 fire making. Morale, or M-Oral, depending on how you pronounce it, achieved 99 farming and 99 hit points. Voltoro achieved 99 woodcutting. Trash Pats achieved 99 mining. The Last Plague achieved 99 construction. Robert Shiftley achieved 99 mage. Suffix achieved 99 construction, only 3 skills to go.
On an
Danish
Iron Man.
Deity achieved 99 hit points. Ice 9 Chills achieved 99 fire making. And while we were, I don't know if it was while we were recording or right before we started recording, Hovo 1 achieved 99 defense. Additionally, we do have the total level thing this week, total level achievement. Gowerly achieved 2200 total level. Brand new set of worlds unlocked. Hope you enjoy them. In the miscellaneous section, we have 2 quest capes. We have 3 bass, and we have Rafflecats. Took me a little while to figure out how to pronounce that name, because it looked like Rolf, but no, Rafflecats. I haven't seen that one in a long time. That's a throwback. Additionally, Slack Mason achieved his diary cape this week, so we'll be talking about the perks of that cape here and the quest cape very soon. Finally, wrapping us up in the combat achievements section of Achievement of the Week, Control-Alt-1337, Cuddle Team, Blood Pirate, and Mr. Curtains all achieved their first fire cape. They've gone and done it. They got the fire cape. Hell yeah. No more shaking in your boost at Chad. Additionally,
They still shake.
I mean, you still get them, but not as much.
Jad hands are real.
Additionally, Big Kyle defeated the Corrupted Gauntlet for the first time, and Gin Junkie, the guy we said got the mutagen earlier, got his first Zulrah KC.
That's awesome.
So, literally, first Zulrah was maybe 24 to 48 hours ago when we were recording. 18 KC mutagen. You don't get better than that.
What a story.
I do have some sad news. The official name change of Knee Master 12 is underway. He is no longer Knee Master 12. He is Master 12 because he has completed the Master Combat achievements this week. We have got a handful of new quivers from some gamers in the TNL community, as well as some friends of the Xpwaste podcast. Toddy, to some known as the Cleaner, to others known as 7 Oddie. Toddy, Jaharis, Habitat, By Gay, Raccoon, and Accelerate, XLR number 8, all achieved Dinzana's quiver this week. So now you have the snazzy new Best in Slot Range backpack. I don't know if I love the Max Cape variant of the Dinzana's quiver, but it's kind of growing on me a little bit. I don't hate it.
I think they should have just done the color scheme and not actually put the quiver.
I don't mind it. You know, it's a little bit different. It's growing on me. It's growing on me. Yeah, it's growing on me. I don't know if it's perfect, but it's growing on me.
It's not good. Anyway.
Finally, back at its place at the number 1 achievement for the combat achievement section. Well, last week was a bit of an anomaly because the quiver was brand new, but with the double this week, Dinosaur, after a couple dozen of attempts, finally achieved his Infernal Cape. Congratulations. Woo! I cannot stress this enough. There will literally never be anything as stressful in Old School RuneScape than your first Infernal Cape. I promise you, you've got it. You're good. You're chilling. Everything. There are things that are harder, but nothing is going to carry the same kind of pressure. So congratulations. And congratulations to everyone who achieved something awesome this week. If you did something awesome and you want to tell us about it, head over to discord.gg/OSRSTNL. Post about it in the Levels and Achievements chat so that we can see it and we can document it and we can shout you guys out on Achievement of the Week. But again, just as we talk about every time with Achievement of the Week, it doesn't have to be a 99. It doesn't have to be an Infernal Cape or a Quest Cape. It can be anything. The beauty of Levels and Achievements is that if you feel accomplished in completing it, you can send it to that channel, and there will be people who look at it and acknowledge the cool stuff that you are doing in game. We also have a lot of other stuff. We have, oh God, what's that channel called? We have Awesome Drops. So when you get awesome stuff, you can post that in there. If you're in the clan, the PB scoreboard management and the PB scoreboard stuff has been super fun to compete with. We also have another channel for just like collection log stuff and like troll drops. And as always, we're a super active Discord. Every time I scroll down, and every time there's always people doing content on these Sunday afternoons when we do recording. So come hang out. We are objectively the best RuneScape Discord in the world. That said, Michael, my friend, do you have a fun question for us this week?
I do. And this one comes from Heidi, H1DER in game. He asks, if you could add a challenge mode variant to any boss or skilling boss, what would it be? And what would the quality of life upgrade? And what quality of life upgrade would it give you? I think taking any of like the mid game, early game bosses and just adding a special like variant to them would be fun. So like hard mode barrows. What if there's a variant of barrows where you have all of the brothers spawn at once, or like they come in waves of 2 each, but it's always random. And then if you were to defeat them a certain number of times, or like they would drop maybe a scroll that lets you teleport directly to the chest. So you could do the hard mode barrows for a chance at a scroll, and then that scroll would then allow you, if you're doing normal barrows, to just teleport directly to the chest without having to go through the whole catacomb thing once you find your specific brother that you have to kill. I think that would be pretty cool. Dead content for a lot of people, but like, I don't know, killing all 6 Barrows brothers at once would be kind of fun as a challenge. And it could literally be like any quality of life to make Barrows easier. Like maybe you don't need the medium diary for prayer drain, but that seems easy enough to get. If you're killing the challenge mode Barrows, maybe you should just go into the medium diary. Or give them more health, or make them have like lair actions. That would also be cool. Like if Aram could summon spikes, or if like Guthan hits you so hard that like stuff falls from the ceiling. Kind of cool stuff. I know that like certain of the brothers have mechanics to where, I know like what is it? Torag has like arms that come in, like fake hands that come in like grasp you from the ground. It'd be cool if those were maybe like real and they did more damage as well as his hit. Lots of cool content there with Barrows. I'm trying to see I'm looking at the side menu here for the bosses. There are some bosses where I think they could add more mechanics, like Kraken. They could actually do that boss justice and add actual mechanics. Like I was killing Kraken this week and I was thinking like, how cool would it be if you had like the wave mechanic from Zebek, where waves come at you and you have to like walk to a certain tile to avoid it, as well as fight the boss and avoid like tentacles coming out to grab you. Like if you're standing on a certain spot, a tentacle could grab you and stop you from attacking, but if you move before it does that, then it doesn't hit you and you can keep on attacking it. Just to make something like a boss that has so much potential other than just sending magic attacks that you don't even pray against. What do you think?
I've got 2 in mind right now. I'm thinking it could either be applied to the Mimic or to Chaos Elemental. Because Chaos Elemental is a bit of an amorphous mass. But hard mode Mimic or hard mode Chaos Elemental has a randomizer where every X number of attacks, the boss morphs into something else.
Ooh.
Maintains the stats of the respective Mimic or Chaos Elemental with boosted stats, right? Maybe we make it so that like Mimic has like protection prayers that it alternates between. So does Chaos Elemental. So you can't just like T-bow it to death or something like that. And in the process, it will alternate between different bosses that you need to use different combat styles on.
That'd be cool.
Maybe just make it like difficult to fight. You know, I'm just trying to think like, oh God, what am I thinking of? Like the Boggart from Harry Potter. It's kind of what I'm thinking for the Mimic or Chaos Elemental. Like those could work pretty well. Then I'm also thinking maybe we could do what the QOL from those bosses, by the way, they would be. Oh God,
That's the hard part about this question. It's like,
I think so because hard mode, like, what differentiates expert mode, hard mode, and challenge mode from the normal 3 raids, right? What differentiates the awakened bosses from the regular versions of the bosses, other than being a lot harder? What do they do for you? What do they give you? Cosmetics. Yeah. So it's gotta be something cool. It's gotta be something cosmetic. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you get an option with the Mimic to transmog your Bloodhound pet into a Mimic pet. If you defeat hard mode Mimic, you can have a Mimic pet following you around if you get the
that'd
Bloodhound.
Be cool. That'd be cool.
Maybe with Chaos Elemental, if you kill it, you get a transmog for your Revenant weapons. So they look like Chaos Elemental, like, clouds of smoke or something like that. That could be cool.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking hard mode Zulrah. Michael's shaking in his boots on that one because he's already fighting hard mode Zulrah. Hard mode Zulrah, where the phases are faster, the attack time is cut in half. So the phases of Zulrah are not only faster but also randomized. There's no path you follow in Zulrah.
Gosh.
But the trade-off is there are no more venom clouds. There are venom trails. So if Zulrah hits you off prayer, which that always does, you get hit with a venom trail, kind of like at Vorkath or at Chambers, where you just gotta like walk it off or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to walk, or you're gonna get hit by what's it called? And because Chaos Clerics has Mage Phase, you mean Blue Range Phase? You're gonna fucking hate me for this one. Both blue, red, and green can fire both projectiles, and all blue, red, and green randomly, instead of attacking, will go, and they'll rattle their little tail, and they go,
oh
and
gosh,
they'll stab 3 different spots. So you have to avoid it while dodging the venom clouds. The attack cycles are quicker, so you're getting dogged on by this snake, and you have venom trails that are following you. And by the way, there are still snakelings, but now just because you, they have more than 1 HP. They have 5 HP. So it might be worth bringing something to actually manage the snakelings other than a Ring of Suffering. I think hard mode Zulrah could easily turn into one of the most challenging, like up there with awakened bosses. I think in order to access hard mode Zulrah, you would need to turn in a Tanzanite and a Magic Fang. You would need to show the fangs to the High Priestess and go, here, you can have these. Fear says, fuck you. Recoil doesn't work. Okay, no, hold on. Now you're cooking with something diabolical right there. I like that one better. The snakelings have 1 HP. Dude, hold on, Fear. You can't kill the snakelings. They're like the blood splats at Maiden. You just can't
So they
kill
just despawn at some point?
Nope.
But the blood splats despawn, don't they?
Not in hard mode, they don't.
Oh, in hard mode, okay. Huh.
So kill it faster. Chaos Cleric's he's got it there. You want to kill it faster? Maybe I think we would reduce the spawns, because like there are some phases of Zulrah where they will the snake will spit out like 6 of those snakelings. But if it only did 1 that never died and had a max hit of 16 off style because it's typeless, oh my god, that's disgusting. So we have snakelings that can't be killed, venom trails that you have to walk off like Vorkath and Chambers. We have oh god, what else? We have all 3 attack styles being able to spit all 3 style, like all 3 whatever, and then we have all 3 phases with the ability to use the tail and go
wow,
and maybe it amps up as the fight, so it's like
oh gosh,
once every tick.
But can you pray melee? Yeah, surely.
No, because it stuns you. By that time, you can pray melee, but you're stunned and you're dead. Because if you get hit, it's going to go 2, 3, and you're dead.
Oh, no.
There's no way you're getting out. Zulrah's max hit is now increased from 41 to 52. Because, again, you. Yeah, and the boss has 1,000 health this time.
Oh gosh.
Just because. But maybe we can be a little kind about it, and we can say, hey, we're uncapping the T-bow. You can do more than 50 damage. The cosmetic reward, it could be super cool to make something like the twisted buckler look like Zulra's face.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Kind of like a DFS. Maybe the twisted buckler could look like Zulra's face. I'm trying to think of like other snake related items because we already have the mutagens, right? Maybe it's a cosmetic for like the trident. That's so lame though. Like you want something that's gonna, you know what? It's a cosmetic for fucking Missouri. It's a Missouri cosmetic, and it makes it look serpentine-y.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a mutagen for
you're a snake god or goddess or something.
Yeah.
For those 3 items. Because I guess Blood Torva is kind of related to Desert Treasure. Fuck them. Zulra already has a rare cosmetic. I don't know.
Nice.
It lets you get the old Zulra pet bag. There's just a snake that follows you around. That's like cosmetic.
That's funny, dude. That sounds hard, and I would.
Sounds hard as
I would poop my pants.
1400 KC at Zulra. That sounds hard as dude.
Well, thank you so much, Heidi, for that question. If you guys want to ask us a fun question, you can send it to us in the Xpwaste chat. You can send us a postcard. You post it in the fun question section on Discord if you are a patron. You can email us. There's so many ways. Postcard is preferred. I need to go to the post office because I think we have one there. But yeah, that's the fun question, guys. That's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you can come back next week because we're going to have part 2. If you want to follow us on all of our social media, it will be in the description. Don't forget, we have a Twitch channel now. Link for that will be in the description as well. We're going to try and stream at least once a week. I think that's the cadence that I think Oxie and I are both kind of comfortable with, at least to start out. And it's just another way that we get to connect with you guys outside of if you're not in the Discord or you don't catch any of our personal streams. We'll be live on our Twitch channel, and you can find us there, twitch.tv/the Xpwaste podcast. Again, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all of the support, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.